の感じを感じたい傷つけないものが知りたい視野の取引について知りたい It's you and me And if I only could I need to deal with God And I've 永遠の意味知らぬ君に答えを示す時だ。無限に続く螺旋の先へ。
胸の奥に DA not here. Absolutely crazy work. Absolutely crazy work. Up here he comes. Boop, 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 boop. Give me Thriller Bark review and My Life Is Yours. We'll look into it. I feel like we did something from him for One Piece. Oh, it was Whole Cake Island. We also got to do... No, we did that one. Okay. What more? Bums. My name is Cleveland Brown. This is my hometown. Hello. A bunch of the old emotes. Hey, I wonder if that's what's holding him up. He had to...
we can't escape from this mother... Where does he come from? What Mark?
Mark. Hashtag actually can't escape from him this time. Yeah, okay. Rush in.
Are you gonna call out my faults, but then not your own, sir?
I did.
Is that how we do this?
I did. I
Is
absolutely
this the
did.
situation in which we find ourselves in?
I absolutely did.
Reload the page, y'all. I forgot about the emotes until about 5 minutes before the stream because one of the manga that I was reading messed up my mind and honestly my day.
And this cancel stream is gonna be a doozy.
If nothing else but for that, because it's quite a few of just like, it is what it is. And then there's that bush.
At least we know this video won't be a dud. Do you think the Ironheart trailer has made people finally turn on Iconic? No, absolutely not.
It never will.
I think if anything, it might have turned a subsect of people, and you know the type of people I'm talking about. If they're like, oh, she's saying this and she's wearing it out, it may make them stop using it as much, but as a whole, no. The word is here. I don't think Iconic will ever die out. It'll die out where it's super popular in people's lexicon. The same way, like, Aura is gonna die out at some point. This how heavy are dumbbells you lift? Who'd say I didn't watch the trailer and I no longer watch anything live action because it doesn't pique my interest. I don't watch anything Marvel because I don't like how it's going. Thunderbolts is good. It's not Marvel, but God, that Superman got day one in there. Don't do a yawn.
No, it was me hiccuping.
Oh,
no, it looks good.
DA.
It would just be a lot funnier if it was just bad.
No. DA scamming the time.
I explained myself and tune in next month for whatever ruined my day.
Yeah, I actively told him not to tell me what it was. What do you think of CJ the Champ? Don't know about that. Oh, it's an anime channel.
Is it controversies or just like, hey, check out this channel? Yeah, I've never heard of them. I don't personally like black people, so it's
hey, that's fair.
I tend to stay away from this type of thing.
It feels very memey just from the thumbnails, like Black Air Force Energy. The state of UDA, which manga?
I explained you read the mangas, and then you'll see which one it is, and then you'll also have that feeling.
They'll know off rip what it is. Oh no!
I looked in the Discord, searched for that name, and people were like, yup. So people, whatever. It's fine. Yeah. It's fine.
Yeah, if some people will know.
I will not be saying what the manga is, so if somebody goes, hey, is it this? I'm not going to be like, yes, it is, or no, it's not, or tell a color or anything. So don't try to guess. Tune in next month.
Yeah, because I probably have not read it if I don't have that same visceral reaction.
Or you did and were just like, oh, no, this is great. In which case, channel over.
Sure. Did you catch up to Astro Royale? That's going to be the very last thing I read.
Very last thing.
Though it may be overshadowed by whatever got hit.
Nah.
Still Astro Channel, boys. Aura is already on its way out. Well, you see it a lot in wrestling space is, especially when it comes to WWE and its presentation. A lot of people are still just doing, the aura and blah, blah, blah.
No, but if it's reaching that, then that means that it's on its way out.
Superman does
it's
look
like
pretty
when
good.
Nana was like, yep, that's tight.
Boy, killed DMX for me. Murdered for years. Superman does look pretty good. Absolutely. Looking for... Yeah, no, we don't... Here's the thing. Before we started this channel, if you asked me to name 3 anime YouTubers, I legitimately could not. That's why the first, 10 videos... 3 are Oceanus because we farmed them for 1, and then it was just like, oh, this guy sucked. 3 are Super iPad Wolf, and then you got Team 4 Stars. I just didn't know who people were.
Yeah, that's just not my type of YouTuber.
And to this day, this dude has 2 million subscribers that you just talked about. I've never heard of him in my life. What up, bum? Am I late? Nope, just on time. Haven't even started yet.
Imagine somebody being late.
Will today be a day I get a membership? Let's find out. No. Okay, CJ the Champ is pretty funny. Okay, maybe I'll check him out.
I'm not saying he is or he isn't. I just don't like black people. And nobody can change that.
What's up, Gabo, Hope, Jerobo, Shrimpo the Shrimp, Blank Canvas, Blaze, Jam, Priscilla, Devil Elf, Fatalist, Jay, Butterman, Victory Greymon, Zaggy? Nami the Goat, Gamer, Cameron, Sleepy Don, and Det. Aren't you black?
Irrelevant to the discussion at hand. Personally, quite frankly, I don't know. I don't see how the two. What connection are you making here? I don't.
See, Z-Man just in time. What's up, gaming? Oh yeah, let's get into it. We all know who Mark is. We all know what he does. We all know the stories. NordVPN.
A quality VPN.
This video is sponsored by NordVPN. Protect yourself online today by visiting nordvpn.com/totally-not-Mark for a special offer. In the summer of 2015, after an 18-year-long hiatus, Dragon Ball returned to television, running for 131 episodes, finishing in the spring of 2018. Later that same year, Dragon Ball Super Broly became the highest-grossing Dragon Ball film in history. During that same time period, Dragon Ball became as popular as ever, entertaining old fans and attracting new ones. So a few weeks back, I decided to ask on my Twitter, if given the choice between Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super, which series did you prefer? With over 2,000 votes cast, these were the results. With the overwhelming...
Nostalgia is going to play a lot into it because you're not going to get a lot of people that are going to go back to Z and then rewatch that entire thing front to back. But
or maybe they are, and they just find less glaring issues than... Here's a tournament with 130 people and only 20 of them are relevant. And then you got the smaller universe tournament where it's just like, okay, let's get to the Gokus now. Because it's just, here comes Borgamo and the big metal guy.
Jiraboat says, if Chris loves
It was
Naruto,
Corey.
why didn't he talk about Yukon?
It was Corey.
Get cucked.
Get cucked. Nah, Super is better said no one ever. Okay. No, it's not Mark month time.
23%? Well, not better, but preferring.
Majority voting for Dragon Ball Z over Dragon Ball Super, 77% to just 23. And these were some of the most popular reasons folks gave for choosing Dragon Ball Z. They felt the characters were more tightly written in Z, arcs didn't feel disconnected.
More tightly written. Okay,
That's
Piccolo
misspelled.
and Vegeta.
That's misspelled.
Piccolo and Vegeta. The obvious two. They have a clear character arc where they go from bad to good or good-ish or good enough or but that's essentially it?
No, if you're just talking strictly Z, we don't really have that character arc for Piccolo because we only know him as, hey, you're a great enemy of mine, and then he's teaming up with Goku. Then it's like, well, I'll take care of your son and train him.
Well,
and then he dies.
We got what we needed. That
Sure.
they are enemies and they're teaming up reluctantly.
Yeah,
And
but
he's doing
how
this
much
for
of a
this
character
reason.
arc can you say is tightly written if we don't
You
really
don't
get to
have-
see the vehement distrust or dislike of the character? It could just be like a rivals thing, like a Asta Yuno, where it's just like, you've been my greatest rival since history. And it's just like, well, they're kind of whatever.
Yeah, the connecting arc thing. It's so
Cameron Bailey says,
annoying.
what helps see is that they added filler for the characters, especially Vegeta and how he turns good.
Yes, even the stuff like him becoming a Super Saiyan is filler. Like, what are we doing out here? Arcs aren't disconnected. Arcs are disconnected. It's just that the first two sagas kind of lead directly into each other. But unless you mean like, hey, Goku's not here because of what happened in the previous arc, so Trunks gotta come.
Yeah, Trunks comes up, kills the Frieza, and just goes, okay, but now there's a whole nother thing here. They went to Namek specifically because they didn't have the Dragon Balls because Piccolo died in the Saiyan arc. That is a straight through line. But this dude rocking up from the past arc, that's not a through line.
Yeah.
And just going, hey, the Red Ribbon Army from all the way 6 arcs ago. Not really a direct through line.
If that's the case, if it could have just been King Cold, would it still be a quote-unquote connected thing at that point? Just a father out there trying to get revenge for his son. And it's just like, well, I took him out quickly, and here's Goku.
But if we want to talk about the connections, Beerus was the reason why Planet Saiyan was destroyed. Boom. Frieza comes back. That's a clear connection. Was it a Universe Survival arc?
No, Goku Black.
Goku. No, it was Universe.
Oh, you're talking about the first universe. Yeah.
So then that Champa's there because of Beerus in the previous arc, and he wants the food, which we've already established from a previous arc. That's the connection. Trunks again farts out of nowhere. And I guess Universe Survival just the final tournament just doesn't. There's nothing. There's just a tournament now.
But doesn't it kind of directly lead into it because of the events of Goku Black, where they got to bring the other Zeno, which also allows him to have a playmate. So it's not that, but then
so
we still need that part of it where we got to destroy some planets. So
so that's the connection there. So we've made the connection in all of them. Can you get Nami to go out of here real quick?
Yep.
You know the rules. Don't act like you knew.
Almost reported.
Damien Beerlich says, what y'all feel about Spoovich versus Vital?
Oh my goodness. Robot Lady. What that was, I'm just like, is this a whole nother YouTube beef stuff between two darkies that I gotta worry about?
Spopovich and Videl was a good fight for what it needed to be.
I would have preferred for Videl to do something because she was have a first round match where she can showcase that she is above these levels of fighters, because what she has been doing is been fighting criminals and stuff. These are trained people. Let's see how above she is with them.
But to be the most fair, she broke the dude's neck, and if the guy was counting, she would have won.
Sure,
because it took him, I would say, more than 10 seconds to stand back up.
But then we have to go, how strong is Popovich? We don't know. And even I can't power scale him.
But that would at least be, hey, this is seen as amongst the top martial artists. And she did legitimately, with her skills, just break the dude's neck.
No, because, bring back Nam and just go, he's stronger. And you have a rough knowledge about how strong Nam is. And then Videl is fighting her. But, it was very brutal.
Connected or isolated like in Super, and the art styles it was presented in seemed to be more favorable.
People like it more?
Art styles seem more favorable. Okay, that is that's something. I can't really
characters more tightly written. Like I'd say you get more characterization and justifications from Vegeta and Super than you do for Z and his quote-unquote turn and all of that stuff. Where he just comes to the realization that Goku's the better. Literally like 3 days after he went, I want to be bad to kill people and fight Goku again. Yeah, she absolutely would have been disqualified, and that was the whole thing. It's just that if the guy had knew that Spopovich was still alive and counted, Videl probably would have won.
However, regardless of these reasons, 77% of the folks on Twitter still consider Dragon Ball Z a cut above Dragon Ball Super. So before we begin this video...
Hey, why would you use Twitter instead of just going to something like MyAnimeLists and trying to see the rough area? Because you're going to get a much larger sample size. Now, you're definitely going to get the people that are just going to rate it 1 star and get the out, but
if you go to MyAnimeList, that is, you can have people explain themselves. You can go back and forth with those people on Twitter as opposed to...
No, I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about he's looking at it strictly as, hey, this is a poll. Which do you prefer? If you're just looking at the preference of people, why wouldn't you look at the overall rating of Super on a MyAnimeList and the overall rating of Z?
Because Z would have more ratings and it's been around a lot longer.
I'm not talking about the amount, strictly the number.
Well, that can still, if there's 5 people that vote for one thing and rated a 5, and then 200 people that rated between a 3 and a 5, that's going to be... That one goes a 5. That the one that voted 5 people voted the 5. That's going to be a 5 stars. And this one over here with a lot more people is going to be a 4.23. And does that mean that the 5 is better because it had a less amount of people voting?
But the entire thing would be you'd have a much larger sample size of which to extrapolate that data. So even if you want to break it down eventually of, hey, 100% of people voted it a 5, whatever, however you're going to want to do it, you would at least have a greater number to go, hey, 80,000 rated Super, 300,000 rated.
But it's also just in a bubble of just, I'm going to give...
You think the Twitter...
No. I'm just going to give Dragon Ball Z a 9 and bounce, as opposed to you have one choice. This isn't John picking between Dragon Ball Super and Dragon Ball Z in MyAnimeList. This is just them. This is just a big number, as opposed to you have one vote, pick that one thing.
But even with the one vote, pick that one thing. Even if you don't rate anything else, the same people aren't gonna rate the same things. You're not gonna get that from a MyAnimeList. But the entire thing is, instead of getting 2,000 people, 77% of 2,000 people, even if you get 60% of 80,000 people, it's a lot bigger of a sample size to which you can take that data.
It wasn't just about the numbers. It was also about the 3 things that he listed, where he goes, it was also these people who said, I like Dragon Ball Z.
Did he say these people?
That was what those 3 things were.
The reasons folks gave for choosing...
Okay.
However,
but again, you can read the reviews and see. And I doubt most were just like the more tightly written characters of Z. I very much doubt it.
We can only trust Mark, and if I trust somebody, I'm trusting Mark.
Regardless of these reasons, 77% of the folks on Twitter still consider Dragon Ball Z a cut above Dragon Ball Super. So before we begin this video, let's see what you guys on YouTube think. Which is better? Cast your vote in the top right. It's obvious that Dragon Ball Super was missing something, a spark that Dragon Ball Z seemed to possess. And so today,
the spark was childhood.
Yes, right place, right time. Legitimately.
Now when you see Trunks do the Spirit Bomb sword, that thing in your mind, for some people just go, well, that just doesn't make any sense.
But and other people are just going to go awesome. But the amount of people that are going to go awesome from when we were 9 to 15 is going to be way less than the amount of people going awesome, or way more than the amount of people going awesome now that we're 28 to whatever.
Because you can just... Trunks, let's just use the Trunks comparison again. Trunks rocks up with a sword. Why does he have a sword if his hands and his blast can do infinitely more? It's just for the cool factor. Yeah. But you don't think about that when you're a kid. You just go, holy shit, he got a sword, he cutting that mug. Instead of just going, that just doesn't make any sense for him to have that.
I want to take a look from a writer's perspective at what Dragon Ball Super did right, what it did very wrong,
Mark, we've seen your writing. No, sir.
I thought this was about Broly.
and why I think Dragon Ball Super Broly could mean great things for the series once it returns later this year.
Broly isn't out yet.
No, it is. Because he said, it
Oh,
did-
yeah. So, what is this video about?
Let's dive in.
Hey, this is an okie doke.
What worked and what
Exploded. What are you doing?
Oh my goodness.
Thank
it's gonna
you
be
for the
forever.
membership.
Cut it off quick.
Too late.
Oh wait, they're not gonna go. Still glitched. Big ups. Oh, whoops.
Big up Sid Wave. Big up
Alright.
Jesse Green. Blaze.
Take a bathroom break,
T-Board.
y'all.
Okay. Yep. Guy with two names.
Take a
Okay.
bathroom break.
Kuriyami. Yep.
Take a stretch.
Sky. Big up. Holy Aura. Big up.
This is
Piku. Okay. Jordan. Thank you for the 50 gifted Hope.
Could you time out, Hope?
Yeah, you know the rule.
Nothing has changed.
You know the rule.
Oh my goodness, we're gonna be here forever. You can't hide.
Are we done? I clearly need more membership ones. Are we done?
No.
This all right?
Nope.
There he is.
There he is. I don't know if he got one or not.
We're about to see. Oh no.
It's gonna go on forever.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Generic Eric. Banana Eel. He didn't get it.
What's the problem?
He did not get
What's
it.
the problem?
That's 50. And he did
It
not.
might not be 50. To be fair.
To be fair.
Big up Sass.
Big up Zaz! No
It's gonna
way.
keep going.
And it's not even like mods can't get it because I see 2 mods getting it.
Forever.
4 mods got it.
What's our boy CJ the champ doing? How's he doing? That is. Black
you believe-
Air Force energy?
Do you believe Mark has any good videos? Yeah, there was one that he had said some type of analysis thing. We were like, that's a good point, Mark. And that's, I think he has, I would not doubt there's a 7 video somewhere on his channel. Where it is, I couldn't tell you.
He did potholes in Dragon Ball. That was good.
Okay. Yep.
Oh, ice cream truck. Let me go ahead and get some.
Almost 100 memberships and Dad still didn't get
What's
one.
the problem? It's the law of the universe.
I guess it is, honestly.
He didn't earn one yet. Zaz clearly did.
Yeah, we've seen Naboo here so many more times than that. Florence Claiborne. Hat guy. Jesus Christ. Okay, let's see if if I can. Hey, I can't just turn it off.
I told you.
Hey!
We're not back up to the breaking 100, so...
Unbelievable. All right.
I hope it was worth it, Hope, to just hurt Det's feelings more.
Thank you once again for the 50.
I didn't. To understand what
Do you think if they dubbed OG Dragon Ball first, those censored would no? I would appreciate Dragon Ball more, and I don't think Dragon Ball would be as popular as it was in America.
didn't work in Dragon Ball Super, we must first understand what worked in Dragon Ball Z, and most importantly...
Yep, see you later,
why
Jay
it
is gay.
worked. And unsurprisingly, with a show like Dragon Ball Z, to find what worked and what didn't work is a rather simple enterprise. Firstly, the moments that have worked on the show have become some of the most standout nostalgia trips for the entire series.
Pause.
If this was in the future, he would have said iconic.
Yes, he 100% would.
I literally froze for a second.
Yes, it was coming. It was supposed to be there.
For these moments, I am of course talking about scenes like Piccolo protecting Gohan.
Bro, we should absolutely interview Zaz.
Why?
It would be the greatest.
Who is that?
Exactly.
Who is that? That's a question we've all been asking.
The Goku turning Super Saiyan transformation for the first time. The Vegeta sacrificing himself to save his
Gamer
family and
X5
friends.
says, Dead getting a membership is like asking for magic.
He's the most special because he's the least special. Y'all get it? That's how this works.
Etc.
Vegeta's sacrifice. We've never seen an explosion of energy like this.
Yes.
Chaozu did it, but Chaozu has a whole bunch of weird magic that nobody else has. We've never seen anything like this. I had no idea that this was possible, and he just did it. And then he turned it to stone to make it more dramatic, and then he fell over, and he was back 16 episodes later. Hooray. Please clap.
Etc. However, something that's observed when looking at most of the large successful moments throughout Dragon Ball is that many of them, while grand and spectacular, are successful because there's an emotional component at its core.
Ooh, I would not really agree with that. Unless you mean that something emotional happens and then we get a big hype because of the emotion.
The three that he mentioned, the Piccolo thing, this is him coming into his own and becoming a good person and caring about somebody. Goku lost his best friend who cannot be wished back. That's a rule. He's still dead in Super. So that was super sad and that's emotional. And Super Saiyan 2, the birds though.
Yeah.
Oh wait, he didn't say Super Saiyan. Oh yeah, he did. Super Saiyan 2. Yeah, the birds. He cared about the birds. And Vegeta's final explosion,
birds.
he clearly cared about his family. We were showcased that.
Never hugged him.
We'll get back to that. But he cares about his family. We've established that. And we've seen that. And now he's finally giving of himself to protect his family.
Yep.
His stated goal in life.
The only thing he's ever wanted.
Yes. It's finally coming full circle by becoming a square.
With history. When he was first introduced, Piccolo Jr. was after world domination, but at the climax of...
Hey, sorry. We didn't get that information. A lot of Dragon Ball Z fans to this day have not read nor seen Dragon Ball. And let's not act like this was some big cathartic moment for us after the long journey we've been showcased with. When we see him episode 2 and then dead in episode 18.
It's also pretty nebulous if he's his son or his reincarnation or both. It's kind of... because he just inherits his will and, it's just kind of weird.
No, it's not good in isolation. It's not good in the larger thing. Strictly because we have it. It's in the same vein of Vegeta,
Mom
quote
the Goat
unquote.
says, I always forget this nigga name is Piccolo Jr.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's in the same vein of him, hooking up with Bulma or something. We have no indication of why Vegeta acts the way he acts or feels the way he feels. He just does those things in the moment, and then we get the fallout of those things that he's done in the moment. So this whole big sacrifice thing, I don't know how he feels about his family. I don't know how he feels about the people of Earth. He's talking about, well, I get to see Kakarot. No, you're not a good person. He's just like, well, that's just the way it goes. I don't know if he's accepting of that. Why? I don't know who Vegeta is. So no, in isolation in the whole thing, no.
And then on the other side of the coin, the attack itself, we don't have a good indication of how strong Vegeta is in this moment. We don't have a good indication about how good Majin Buu's regeneration is. So it's just like, yeah, we just got to blow him up super hard. And I guess this just wasn't enough, but the Spirit Bomb later was. Why? How? Doesn't really matter. So when he does it, he just goes, he thinks that this is going to work. And we just have to go, yes, it will. And when it doesn't, we just have to go, oh, I guess it just didn't.
And then Vegeta turns into stone and falls over.
Something that Chaozu didn't do.
His arc gave up his life for his sworn enemy's son. It wasn't just the fact that this was a nice thing Piccolo did for Gohan that made it as emotionally resonant as it was. Instead, it was the contrast of where he had been at one point in his life many years ago.
Sorry, you can't say this. As an American viewer, as a child, I started at Z. And that's just the way it was. It's like, Goku, we haven't seen you for 5 years. I don't know who Goku is. I don't know who you people are. You've got a son and you're shocked, and they're shocked about it? Why? Oh, because Goku was a mountain boy that didn't know about love.
And also, Piccolo is just, I want to take over the world, man. And that's his stated goal. So when it deviates from that, any deviation is just like, oh, it's a change.
Jirabote says, you know what would have been peak and iconic? King Cold coming back and became Rose Gold Cold. Also,
Rose Gold
being revealed to be Uchiha. That would have been peak if they survived.
Rose Gold Cold.
Boy, that iconic sure did do you in, huh?
I remember I cried when I was a kid to Vegeta blowing himself up, and it was kind of same here. I did too. Vegeta was my favorite character. I'm like, oh no. This time, he's super double dead. He's super not coming back. Like when they said Krillin wasn't coming back, and then he did.
But at least with the Krillin thing, he's a quote-unquote good person, so he does have a corporeal body in the afterlife. Vegeta's, you can't quote-unquote wish people back if they're bad people.
But the corporeal body thing was always a special request. That's what it wasn't about being a good person. It was about King. It was about them going, hey, you get a body, so you can train with King Kai and then do nothing else. You didn't learn the Spirit Bomb. You didn't learn the Kaioken. You didn't, but you just got stronger, and then you beat the Ginyu Force and filler. That doesn't make sense, but I guess it does. And who cares?
And Piccolo is over there, and they're fine.
If Tien is beating up Raditz, what does that mean for the people on Namek? Who cares? That's what it means.
Reason that the ending to the Tournament of Power worked in some respects. The combination of Goku and Frieza fighting side by side was something no one could have ever seen coming given their history.
Cameron
and it's
Bailey
that
says, can't wish bad dead people is debunked.
Nobody would ever thought they see this in history. Why? When we've gotten at least 3 bad guys teaming up with the Z Warriors. Since they've 4 bad guys teaming up with the Z Warriors.
Why does Frieza have a body in Super?
Because how else is he going to spend all that time in hell? He needs to hear the song.
So good people don't get a body, but the evil people do for the express purpose of being tortured. But the good people, unless...
Sparking. I can only conclude that Vegeta's sacrifice failed because Buu wasn't at the epicenter of the blast, leading to pieces falling off.
Sure. Or you could just say it just wasn't.
He was sent to super hell.
That contrast that made it so exciting to watch. It was their journey. And it's that long
I don't think so.
No.
It was just...
you would get a lot more of that if it was Vegeta and Frieza teaming up. Goku just rocked up and was a guy fighting the bad guy.
These two people are in a place where they don't want to die or lose, and they're teaming up. It's not like they're using unique abilities specifically to them and combining them and just going, hey, didn't you do that disc thing? Do that, and he's riding on the disc or something. That'd been kind of cool. No, it wouldn't have. What am I saying? That's another thing. Like, yeah, it's like anything about like, no. But if it was something
hey,
like
he
that,
rode the Kamehameha, why not?
but replace Frieza with Android 17, what changes? It's just the team up thing. He's just a body, and you just
Jay
go,
says,
oh, they're teaming
remember
up.
when this was a Brawly video E?
It was never a Broly video.
Like when Tien helped fight Piccolo, or when Piccolo helped fight Raditz, or like when Vegeta helped fight Frieza.
Oh, are you saying that this thing happens a lot where an evil person teams up with the heroes? Are you saying that the Namek saga was all about that?
Cameron, part of the reason Resurrection F is so trash is Vegeta even then was not allowed to get the dub.
The only real way to rectify this is to just give him the Black Frieza kill, because this it just keeps happening over and over again where he just doesn't get that. Man cried in front of him, but you won't get that kill. Goku gets your big Kamehameha. Come on now.
Storytelling that was sorely lacking in Dragon Ball Super. I made a video in January called Son Goku, the Misunderstood Character, in which I spoke about how Goku's character is at its best when it creates change in the world and characters around him.
That's not a character, it's a plot device.
Might have to check that video out. That seems kind of bananas.
It's just, he's a device that you're talking about, of which to change the characters.
That's kind of... Is this armor or the weight plates purple under that? Or is this artistic liberties? But yeah, we might have to check that out, because that's kind of bonkers. If like he's at his best at this point, not his actions or helping people or anything. It's just like when he's
Understood Character, in which I spoke about how
couldn't get it back.
Goku's character is at its best when it creates change in the world and characters around him. If we look at Piccolo, Gohan, and Vegeta as examples of what character development can do for a series like
Pause! It's when we look at the three characters who the only 3 months, it's not like it's these 3 people, and that's it. Come on, I'm so sick of this.
There are, what, 8 Z Warriors, and you got 3 y'all always point to?
Come on, and the Vegeta stuff is just always just so bad. Of just time skip their family, but not really, but also really, because he does actually like them, but he's just standoffish for some reason, or maybe he isn't, because we don't see this. We're just told these things. That ain't storytelling.
Bottom no. We were confused, but then we just watched the story. Like,
I mean, it's okay to be confused.
We grew up without Dragon Ball when everybody became fans of Z. It just was what it was.
Z, imagine if we were to replace their arcs with the arcs found in Super. Stagnant.
But, hey, stagnant for what? For where he was?
So, you're fine with Goku being a stagnant character, but finding value in other places in the story and in relation to other characters. You're fine with that. But
if anything, I'd say Vegeta grew more, or at least the characterization was more solidified when you got something like, oh, I'll never fight again, and Z, and then in Boo is like, well, I want to fight you so bad, I'm gonna turn evil, and it's like, you're the best Kakarot, whatever. It goes over to Super, I'm not going to go fight because my wife is pregnant. I'm not doing with that.
Ain't got nothing to do with me.
Nothing to do with me. Y'all go handle that. My wife, though.
A person who enjoys fighting and getting
who's lived for nothing but fighting. No, my wife, though.
Even though she's the richest person on the planet, who can have the best medical
care.
Who's calling me? On the planet, it's emotional support, and it's a good person. because of that.
So I'm not going nowhere. So how's that stagnant when I've never seen him be a family man in Dragon Ball Z. Even with the Trunks training, he's training off on his own, and then he's just like, well, let's try it.
Why was Goku's hair purple in the Father-Son Kamehameha promo image? False Super Saiyan 2. Would you like me to power scale that for you?
Not undergoing any sort of development or change that affects the long term.
Oh, go ahead.
You're pointing to these characters who already had their arcs
And development.
Where further could they go from here? They've gone from evil to good. Gohan is going from a scared little kid to somebody who understands the responsibility of the strength. Where further can you... Oh, wait, he does do that again in Super.
Mm-hmm.
But Piccolo, he's already good. What is he going to do? Get gooderer? He's already one of the smartest, most logical people in the series. Where can he go? He is the character that he is. And if we have to look at it like this, why aren't we talking about how Yamcha doesn't evolve or change in ZTN? All these people that don't, Bulma is the same character. All these people that don't change and grow, that's fine over there. They're stagnant over there. We're not going to mention the negativity of them being stagnant over there.
Off topic, but in most art pics by Toriyama, it's Yamcha holding baby Trunks. So what does that say about Vegeta?
Cuck stuff. Somebody's into cuck stuff, and it's up to the audience to figure out who and why.
No, we know who.
We don't know who yet.
Bulma.
Yeah. But yeah, they had their arcs. You can't be like, they're not doing more arc stuff. It's like, what more arc stuff?
Again, I would not say Vegeta is stagnant as much as we get a deeper understanding of the character he is at the moment.
And that is fine to do.
Yes.
It's My Little Pony ran for 9 seasons. They were, for the most part, stagnant, but in certain instances, you get a deeper look into their characters when it's just like, okay, these two characters, the party pony and the hard-working earth pony, they need to team up to figure out an issue. So how do they work off of each other? How do they feel about this situation? And you learn more about that. It was always there. It's not necessarily development in terms of change, but we understand how a character reacts in a certain moment, and that can be good for us. I've never held my son's Buu Saga Vegeta. That doesn't... What are you talking... We're not thinking about that. How did both Trunks and Goten go Super Saiyan without Vegeta sensing it? He was busy. He was taking a bath with his wife. He's getting them sutsy butt cheeks. And that's all he cares about. You know what I'm saying?
Just plodding along, doing their thing. I can assure you...
What's wrong with the character plodding along, doing their thing?
Bulma.
Not everybody needs to grow or de-escalate or whatever. It doesn't need to go up and down. A person can be basically flatline. A little bit of a peak, a little bit of a valley, but for the most part fine. And it's fine if that character
Racketeer
gets
says,
the characterization.
Man
for
Saiyans
it.
are such down bad motherfuckers that they're willing to set aside their primal instincts just to get some pussy.
Yeah, they are dominators that want to be dominated. That's why they want forceful women that are gonna go, you sit your balls down now.
But the women just want the Saiyan women presumably just want to dominate?
Sure. They're double dominators.
Okay, I guess. But I would like for...
it's like a matrix. You're a layer on a layer. You might want to call it like a dominatrix. I'm here all week, people! And by all week, I mean today, because I'm not coming back until Saturday.
I would like for Mark to explain exactly what he wants further.
Notera says, thanks for the membership. Whoever did that, at least one good thing came from a Mark Slip stream.
Oh, so close. So close, Robot Lady. It was Hope. He dropped 50 and Deck got 0.
The result in Z, those moments wouldn't have worked. Gohan, Piccolo, and Vegeta all had to overcome themselves and their lies they believed. And so...
What?
Gohan... When did he overcome himself? He regressed when he fought Boo and just played with him instead of just killing him when he was stronger than him. Which was what happened with Cell. And he learned nothing from that.
The lies they tell themselves? What lies?
I guess we gotta watch those other videos.
So, if we strip the characters of these elements, then they become significantly less interesting and the show suffers as a consequence. Goku does
No, the show is not the show if these characters did not change. It would be completely different arcs and completely different happenings going on. But those characters, for the most part, are finished. And even then, Gohan gets an arc.
Toriyama paneling.
Gohan gets an arc where it's just like, I'm happy, I'm cool, but I see that duty bounds me to do this, so I'm gonna try my best and get it done.
Doesn't work as a flat character alongside them as a result, and the entire show loses these great moments we love to discuss. Character development. What's worth mentioning at this juncture is that Super was not devoid of developing characters, and as I mentioned before, it's in these moments Goku does some of his best work as a character. Characters like Hit, who developed a respect and appreciation for—
See, you're in the mindset of character development equals change.
And it equals good.
It's so frustrating, dude.
But then he just goes, oh man, we don't get these moments in Super. And then he goes, yeah, but we got these moments in Super.
But not with these particular 3 characters. They did it for other characters that needed it, as opposed to ones that are essentially complete character arcs.
For Goku's philosophy, Zamasu—
This isn't even the first time Mark brought up the self-lies?
Oh no.
Maybe we just mind wiped it, because we were gonna do a whole video that we already did. He was walking away like, all right, yep, send those over. I was like, wait, we already did this.
Characters like Hit, who developed a respect and appreciation for Goku's philosophy, Zamasu, who because of his warped understanding of the world around him and Goku's actions, changed for the worse, and finally Jiren, who despite being very cliche, did undergo a considerable positive change towards the end of the series. So Super is most definitely not lacking in characters who develop, but what it is lacking in, and this is where it differs from Dragon Ball Z quite considerably, is how long these characters are part of the story for, and whether or not they influence the story in any meaningful capacity thereafter. But
see, no, that doesn't
Yes,
matter.
that's crazy.
Yeah, I personally do like 18 and Vegeta's 18 and Vegeta's fight is one of the more heralded fights, and 17 and Piccolo. But what does it affect? What does it do at the end of the day? If Boo happens and the rest happens and nothing changed.
Piccolo affecting the story after the after the death. He fought second form Frieza.
Yep.
And second form Frieza was always stronger. So, and it's not like it was stalling or anything. So nothing came about that.
Yep.
He stalled Android 17.
Gamer
Nothing really came of that.
What the fuck does any of this have to do with Brawly?
There he is. So we'll get to Broly. And
4.5 minutes here.
He taught them fusion.
Yep. Which Kami could have did. Well, if he was able to.
Popo could have done.
Popo could have shown him.
But before we get into the best part of this video and how Broly fits into all this, towards the end of last year, as many of you I'm sure are aware,
Nord.
COVID.
Article 13 threatened the livelihoods of thousands of European creators as well as the online freedoms of millions. With net neutrality acts rearing their heads in the United States relentlessly, Article 13 now in Europe.
Maybe some people don't deserve the internet. I'm putting that out there. It's a harsh stance.
I would
but
agree.
Get it out of here.
And whatever
Get it out of here, lowly con
dude.
dude.
NordVPN has decided to sponsor this video. I don't normally accept sponsors, but believe me when I say this one is.
Oh, Mark. Drink up, Mark. Drink up.
Or don't.
On camera. And you smile. Do it.
Hey, I will give Mark this. He drank some.
Oh, Zaz! Zaz, what's up?
Wait, where's the membership? Where's Zaz's membership? Get on it.
See, Zaz exists.
There was never any contention that Zaz existed. What are you talking about? Like, oh, I proved my point. He exists. Never the issue.
Exploded man says.
What did I just say?
Skip.
Sorry.
Decided to sponsor this video.
Oh, I'll give Mark this. He's one of the few people I've seen actually drink that shit. even if it was just a swallow.
Cowards.
These
Big
mugs put it up to the lips, hard cut, and then go, I'm good.
It's crazy.
I don't normally accept sponsors, but believe me when I say this one is worth it. If you want to protect your personal data or search history, have peace of mind with or without Article 13.
Didn't normally accept sponsors. Because it's just money.
This is 5 years. This may not have been his job at this point.
How long ago was it?
5 years ago. Closer to
One
6.
Smart, big ups.
Yep.
Classic.
Racketeer, Neo, Morris Steele.
Whoops.
Zach
no
Mackie.
Zaz, no debt. How's that for
Bart.
a survey?
Thank you again, Hope, for the 5 gifted. So 5 years ago, yeah, this may not have been his job at this point.
How did we ever get stuck with these bums? How did we ever get stuck with these bums?
Let's see when that channel started.
Racketeer says, "Ain't no fucking way I got it again."
And you see who didn't? 4 years making million view vids.
I mean, that's like $3,000 a million views.
But consistency, 8 years, 8 years, 8 years. So all of these are coming out in the same
time frame.
Same time frame. So if you go $3,000,
but then you got these 3,000, 5,000, 5,000.
Let's see when it stops. Okay, so it stopped being. So these are above 12 videos. So if we go 3,000 baseline.
This is a clear, I'm a fan and I'ma just do some this area is still 7 years ago. I'm a fan and I'ma just do some
But it's a good amount of money.
Yeah, no, but this is where I'm like, I don't know if this was his job.
We don't know what the Irish bark is as compared to the US dollar. What did you delete from One Smart?
Hey, fair. Zach and Maggie, who's that? You tell us. Maybe I'll DM Mark and be like, when did you turn this into a full-time job?
Or maybe you just want to surf the web from another country. NordVPN is not only the answer, but is ridiculously easy to use. And if you follow the link in the description, nordvpn.com/totally.
Where does he come from? What, Mark?
Oh yeah, I was big sad when I realized the subscription was over.
Is it?
Yeah. Ended like 3 months ago. Had it for 2 years. You had a 2 year. And then you got 1 more year last year.
Why didn't it renew?
Probably don't have it set to auto renew.
Then why did it renew another year?
No, you got another code for it.
Oh yeah, I did.
And you were probably waiting for the next code.
God. Well, maybe I'll throw Mark a little something. Does the code still work?
Yeah, is it still active for our boy Totally Not Mark?
Because I think I got it with him. Hey, look at that. It's still good. Huh? Yeah, I'll throw Mark a little something.
Yeah, because I was, so if
Why didn't you just get another one?
I would have, but it was all tied into your shit.
You could have been like, hey, it expired. Why'd you tell me?
Because I thought you knew, and
Why
you were
would
just
I
like,
know it for 3 months? It's just nothing.
I thought you were just like, yeah, I'm done with it. And I was looking up new VPNs, just like, what do I want to do? What do I want to use? Because my whole, because if you go to England for AEW, their pay-per-views are $20 as opposed to like 50, 60 here. Right. So I always do that over there. And I'm like, I went to go switch it over there. And like, you're expired, buddy. And I went, whoops, whoops. Yeah, well, we'll be giving Mark a little bit more money. What made Z popular as opposed to other stuff? There was nothing like Dragon Ball Z on TV for kids when we were growing up. You had a lot of cartoons like the Rugrats and those types of things, but Dragon Ball was way, way different. Really action focused. Even things like Powerpuff Girls, they didn't have an emphasis on action as much as Dragon Ball, and the sequential storytelling was way different than anything. Because even things like Batman were very episodic, as opposed to if you missed an episode of Dragon Ball, you just missed it, and you do not know what happened that episode. You got to go for the previously on Dragon Ball Z and just get the information that way.
Like I did 3 times running for Goku going Super Saiyan.
And so it forced appointment viewing on kids, as opposed to you missed the episode of the Rugrats, who cares? You missed the episode of the Powerpuff Girls, who cares? Dexter's Lab, who cares? Ed and Eddie, who cares? You at some point during the summer, that episode will play again, and you'll go, "Oh, I've never seen this episode," and you'll watch it and go, "Pretty good," and that's the end of your thought. Whereas I missed a story beat in Dragon Ball.
Ireland uses euros. What do you mean? I'm explaining. And €1 is 1.12.
So we're the fake money.
No, not really.
Cameron, growing up as a kid, no, we did not have internet.
No, we
Internet-
are old.
Racketeer says,
Yeah.
You know, it kinda surprises me that some YouTubers you cover actually engage to your videos in the comments like Mark here. Kinda wholesome in a way when it opens a constructive discussion.
Yeah. The funniest one to me was the dude, the Saitama dude, where it's just like, yeah, that wasn't cool. I was just like, well, it's just a joke, but what happened here? And he gave an explanation. It's just like, yeah, that's chill.
But yeah, I used to. One of the first, we had a cousin whose parents were very rich. They had access to the internet, but that was old school. Hey, I need to be on the phone.
Yeah.
Get off the internet. And one of my first real internet things was going to the library. And I used to print out like pictures of upcoming Yu-Gi-Oh episodes. Like, look, Yugi is gonna face Joey. Can you imagine? And we just look at it like, yeah, there it is. So that's how old we are.
We didn't have consistent internet until our dad's house and like 2005. So no, we did not have the internet.
You'll find it's incredibly cheap too. Currently, the offer is 75% off for 3 years. That's military-grade internet security for the price of a cup of coffee, $2.99 per month. And if you use coupon code TotallyNotMark, you'll get an extra month absolutely free. Again, if you'd like to protect yourself against Article 13 or net neutrality, or perhaps want to support this channel, please check out the link nordvpn.com/TotallyNotMark in the description
You
to
won't
see it
have
for yourself.
on it though.
That's cool. The AG1, 100%. 100% to Mark.
Mark has gotten some money off of us.
Currently subscribed on Patreon.
It's a terrific service. Now, back to the video. One of the most cutting and accurate criticisms made against Dragon Ball Super in retrospective was how disconnected and isolated its arcs felt from one another.
This means less than 0.
I am not when 17 and Piccolo are fighting each other. I am not thinking about how we got here from Namek. It is, we are just here. And again, we always just gotta look at Boo. That's always just right over there. No, we're quite old, Cameron. Don't you worry about that.
In Super, there was a visible effort made to connect the Battle of Gods arc to the Resurrection F arc. But outside of that,
How did it connect? Outside of that, Rapscallion Frieza is the one I had to destroy it.
They're off planet because they're training with Beerus. Frieza comes to this planet expecting them. They're not here.
Okay.
none of the other arcs tie together at all. Instead, the series treats...
But like I said, Champa, Beerus, previous arc stuff.
every individual...
Yeah, why did this tournament arc happen?
Because Champa is jealous because he doesn't have an Earth that has great food like our Earth.
It's really not.
Resurrection F as almost its own standalone story, typically with little or no consequences lasting after the closing episode.
Why is Frieza here? Because we know he's strong enough to be here first and foremost, and we know that he is corporeally here because he came back before, and he's already in our minds, as opposed to, oh yeah, that dude from like 30 years ago that was just kind of strong and then got pieced up.
of that given arc. There seems to be an intense desire for those working at Toei.
Yes, he did. In the manga, yes, he does. He does learn that it was him.
Or perhaps Akira Toriyama, to write something with a conclusion wrapped up in a bow. When in reality, what made Dragon Ball Z feel like a grand space opera was the very opposite. It implemented the following arc structure. In the beginning, there is the ending of an old life.
I was thinking about this when I was watching Dragon Ball Z. I'm like, the hero's journey. Call to adventure. I see what you're doing, Toriyama, you old fox.
I don't want to watch this video anymore.
This is big brain. I'm reading books about writing Mark. And we know that he does that. And he goes, he read some book from Fauci or whoever and just went, the acts of how you write a story, and Dragon Ball follows that, and that means that it is better.
Says, wait, I just noticed that the Tournament of Power started because the rulers were running out of storage space.
Legit. And then, nah, we're all good. You did the right thing, so everyone comes back.
Such genius. A story being told.
The taking up of a new one, and it all ends with a question. This can be observed over most arcs in the original run of Dragon Ball. When we pick up with Goku at the beginning of Dragon Ball Z, he is living a modest life with his son Gohan and his wife Chi-Chi. But that life as he knows it ends when Raditz arrives and reveals that he is an alien from the planet Vegeta before stealing his son away. This triggers his new life where he must defeat Raditz and travel to King Kai's planet to prepare for Vegeta and Nappa. The arc concludes with
his new life where he must defeat Raditz and travel to... When his new life... If it's a goal, I don't understand the new life thing because it's not a new life.
Set up, progression, payoff.
No. We can't escape the 3 Ps. What? Dreads!
With a savage confrontation, but also with a question. How will they revive their fallen friends? And will Vegeta travel to Namek to find the Dragon Balls too? During the Namek saga, Goku's life as an Earth fighter ends as he begins his new life as a rebel to the forces of Frieza.
Yo, you can't.
Come on!
You can't.
Come on, man!
Zip Mark.
You don't think you stretching it? A rebel against Frieza's forces? No! He rocked up and his son's neck was broken.
And he wanted to stop that and save the people of Namek and leave. It wasn't even save the people of Namek. He really just wanted the Dragon Balls and to stop the hurt. Because he was like, hey, get the out.
Didn't King Kai specifically go, do not engage with Frieza? Wow, this is such a great Broly video.
It's a plot progression payoff. Or promise progression plot payoff.
If you say so.
During which his life as he knew it ended, beginning anew as the first Super Saiyan in over 1,000 years.
This is bonkers.
This is
Does
crazy.
anybody believe this? Is anybody going, yes, this is what makes Dragon Ball Z. I have never in my life, some 900 videos that we done did, never heard anybody say this. I never thought about the in One Piece the sailing off an island starts a new. I've never. This doesn't make something good nor bad.
Please prevent pretentiousness.
Hey, that's good.
Oh, hell no.
Never mind.
Ending on the question, if Goku survived Namek, why isn't he coming home?
Raketer says, this like saying Luffy is a revolutionary because he consistently topples dictatorship because they're in his way.
Yeah.
It stops the old life and begins anew and ends with a question.
It's just that I need to make this deeper than it actually is. It can't just be he's rocking up on these dudes that broke his son's neck. It has to be he's a revolutionary starting his new life here.
Did he survive? Similar to the Saiyan Saga's final question asked of the audience, bleeding over into the Namek Saga's beginning, so too does the Namek's ending bleed into the Android Cell arc, where Goku learns.
Hey, no. We don't get an answer for that question of why, if Goku's alive, why doesn't he come back to Earth? He just didn't.
He was training.
And then he
He
did.
wanted to train. Why didn't he just say, "Hey, I want to train, y'all"? Hey, King Kai, could you just shoot a message over there that I'm training real quick, and I'll be back once I've got the big. Frieza's coming back too. I don't know why you didn't sense that he's coming back, and you didn't warn them. I guess it's very odd that King Kai is he's just kind of. He just kind of is.
He's not great.
He's not helping nobody.
Nobody's helping me.
That time travel exists, the human race is going to be destroyed and he will die to the heart virus. This marks the end of Goku's current way of life and marks the beginning of a new one where he will take the measures necessary to preserve the Earth. A new view that allows him to see that his son is the future, eventually arriving at the...
Hey, this sucks.
Oh yeah, this is
This
way.
is
he's
knocking
doing
down
too
like
much.
2-3 points off rip.
But like I said, he has to make it seem deeper than it is. And whatever way you got to do, if you got to tie it into Marxism, you got to type it into Christianity, whatever you got to do to be like, actually, it's good because of the Buddhist themes. It's like, Muff was not sitting there going... The new life. No, he's just going, wouldn't it be cool if Goku just stood there and then they did the purple comet and it didn't work? Huh? And then he wrote it down.
How do we not have something with Marxism?
Marxism.
Yeah.
It's there. It's there. No, it's not supposed to be a Broly video.
Cameron Bailey says, "Isn't this supposed to be a brawling?"
No, you were mistaken.
Yeah, you were wrong.
It's your fault for coming to a Broly video expecting Broly, okay?
But Broly ties all of this together because he's gonna have all of these things.
The new life begins with Broly because
And
it's
character
just like, oh, here it
development
goes.
and all the things that made Z great is gonna be, he's the missing ingredient in Super that will make Super great. Thank you, Mark.
The very end of the arc with the question, will we ever see Goku again?
Yo, get out of here, bro!
Look at our boy Yamcha. That fade is outrageous. That's just TN.
Yeah. Somebody didn't like this move on the team.
Obviously, you're...
says, "This is how Gojo videos feel like the Buddhism and FCKIN
And that's why I don't care about that
bullshit.
bullshit. Get out of here, P9. Aren't you supposed to be at work? Your eyes aren't supposed to be focused on Yamcha, clearly. It's the big Goku in the sky looking down menacingly
But
that only
still.
Gohan can see for some reason. Or can he? Is he? Doesn't matter.
Hey, I like Krillin's fit, though. Thank you, Hope, for the super chat.
Not really
Goku's...
funeral appropriate.
Oh, definitely not. Goku's life goes from train for fights to do fight.
And that's his new life. And it ends with the question, did he do fight? And then there's an answer.
Wait,
Yes.
this is a
Fight
Broly
happened.
video. I just noticed the title. Didn't work. Why are you?
Yeah, where y'all moms at? When I'm at work, I'm not sitting here commenting on things. I'm working because I'm a good employee that hates my job.
I think that's most of us in this house. I think Eric's the only one that loves his job. Corey likes his, I'm sure.
Not
stinks.
only does this method breed intrigue around the community watching, thus ensuring a larger turnout for the coming arc.
Hey, there was no community for me growing up. It was a bunch of teenagers going, it's cool, let's do some Kamehamehas.
Mm-hmm.
What's his power level? At work?
Jay says, "We have been clickbaited."
We have been okie doked. 5 videos in the past 2 weeks.
This is not what was promised.
But it also creates a larger sense of continuity, a sense that this story is going somewhere as opposed to it being its own standalone piece, finished and complete arc after arc, much like Super has done. And the interesting thing about this philosophy
I like how you didn't do Broly. I mean, not Broly, Boo.
How could you?
of story writing, when put next to Dragon Ball Super, is that while not used in the arcs, Super does implement this structure in almost every episode, and one that demonstrates this better than any other is episode 47. In this episode, Trunks' life as he knows it ends with the death of his mother Bulma.
Could you time that You don't call me out for lying. Let me lie with impunity.
Yeah, don't believe what you see or hear,
Yes.
only what we tell you.
Listen, I'm a liar and I'm gonna lie to you, and please believe me when I say that.
This also marks the beginning of his new life as an orphan fighting to escape to the past, alone, ending with the question, will Trunks escape? And for the audience, who's that? The problem I see with Super's arc structure is that all of them seem to be isolated with no effort put into tying them together to create a sense that this is all one grand story rather than five
But you
segmented
know,
ones.
Muff and well, that Toriyama did not design Z as a grand story.
No.
There's so many different interviews of him just going, I was flying by the seat of my pants. If he had this
Rakuto
planned
says,
out,
I swear if he ends this video with okay, you see how Goku's life is like this over here. Okay, now imagine it in the opposite way. That's Raleigh. See? Thematic connection. End video.
NordVPN.
I will come for you if that happens.
But if he had this plan, he wouldn't have gone through 8 different drafts of the Android saga.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been this guy, no Cell, no ugly, big Cell, no perfect Cell. All right, I guess.
It's clear he had the idea of saying into Frieza. Beyond that,
It's a very obvious way of just like Frieza. We know how strong Frieza is. They say that he's stronger now. This guy rocks up and pieces Frieza up easily. But then this guy goes, but there are people stronger than me. That means there's people stronger than Frieza. We couldn't even handle Frieza. This guy handled Frieza, and there's somebody stronger than Frieza. Now it's a big, big problem.
Tori, I am a hack fraud fan. He is the GOAT.
Ah, yes. He is implementing Fulci's 3-act structure of the question, the answer, and the middle changing. No, he's not.
Resurrection F ends with Frieza's death. There are really no consequences carried over into the Universe 6 tournament arc as a result. Everything seems very separate. The last episode of that Universe 6 tournament arc sees Beerus make a selfless wish on his brother's behalf, representing an easing of tensions between the two which was established at the beginning of the arc. Everything ends neatly and has no carryover to the beginning of the future Trunks arc. There is no cliffhanger question that is asked of the audience, and there is no overarching development of a particular character to tie it all together. The form Super Saiyan Blue did not work for this very reason. It didn't seem special
It didn't seem special because they just rocked up with it. It wasn't even like a super cool transformation like Super Saiyan 3. It was just, hey, we got it. Here it is.
But you see how he didn't mention the Buu saga, because what he's going to say about Blue can easily transfer over to Blue. I mean, Super Saiyan 3. The truth will absolutely be silenced.
Rakuto says, Oda, okay, I need to make sure I follow up on this plot line later down the line in like 2 arcs. Tori, fuck it, we ball, fuck it, we ball, fuck it, we ball.
Legitimately. It's not even 2 arcs. He'll come back 8 arcs later like, yeah, you remember that thing? Oh, you don't? Well, here's like 2 side panels to explain what happened 8 arcs later. I hope you remember now.
And that's what I feel a lot about these canceled manga, where I feel like they do have an idea of this is the end game. Because some of them, you got the 2 paths of, and then their adventures continue, and we don't get a full ending. And then you got the other ones which is like, yada yada, he got a whole he got the biggest sword, and then he cut the dude, and then whatever, that was what's supposed to happen. You got those 2 different paths of just like
Samurai 8.
There's some iconic Toriyama paneling.
I mean,
Are
there
we
is,
doing
like,
Samurai 8?
Exploded Man says,
we already.
no Blue was shit because we literally just got God.
We'll see how, if we're short on time.
Yes. Maybe Samurai 8.
There are a multitude of reasons why Blue is bad. It's we just got God. We just got a whole nother transformation. They go, this is Super
Vegeta
Saiyan.
gets it, even though he never got red.
this is Super Saiyan stacked on top of Super Saiyan God. It's like, what does that mean exactly? Why is it blue? Other than merchandising and Dokkan stocks go up and things like that.
Red and what makes blue God Key? What color is God Key?
There's a multitude of reasons why it's bad. Not just because of whoever said that these three things need to follow into each other or whatever.
It also be like, what is Super Saiyan 2 stacked on blue? What is Super Saiyan 3 stacked on blue? I mean, stacked on God. What does it look like?
If you go on over to Heroes, you got Super Saiyan 3 Rose. They answered that question.
Here, I am shocked Heroes is not more popular. Because it feels exactly like what these kid-brained... God, look, it's Super Saiyan 8!
It's very T23 coded.
Yeah! But officially!
But it's hurt by the fact that it's 5-minute episodes.
Yeah. No great animation.
There's big moments of animation, but there's not really a whole lot of time to sit there and explain the plot and stuff. It's all about, hey, here's final golden cooler. Isn't that cool? And then you just go, yes, it is. And in 2 minutes, the episode is over.
I wonder how a 13-episode Heroes, where they tie in those 5-minute plots, would be.
People creamed over Super Saiyan 4. Just being here.
And then it's not even really
Super
Super Saiyan 4.
Saiyan.
And when you have Super Saiyan Bardock, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Super Saiyan 2 Future Gohan, all doing a big Kamehameha together, you don't think... Oh, no, my mistake. It was Ultra Instinct Goku. You don't think people are going to be like, this is the only thing that I've ever wanted. I've been talking about this forever. Properly set up and everything.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dude. No, not even really good connecting threads of plot for this. Just the big happened.
Yeah, look at this. Here he goes. No. Wait, put it up. We'll get done up if we get done up. Was it Bardock Super Saiyan 4?
What is it?
This is... if you look up Bardock, Gohan, and Goku. Right there. Go like near the middle.
Harboderman says, Super Saiyan Blue looks like fake fan art.
It does. It really does. Okay, right here. They start to get pushed back. It's like, what are our heroes gonna do? They're losing. Super Saiyan, pause. Super Saiyan Future one-armed Gohan, Super Saiyan Bardock, and Blue Goku can't do anything. What's gonna happen? Will our heroes fail? Oh no! Future Gohan, the coolest guy who died in a ditch like a punk. Who literally went, I'm only gonna die to be motivation for this dude. I can't beat them, but you can beat me.
And maybe one day he can beat them.
I hope so. And then he just turns his head in the afterlife and Trunks is there like, oh, whoops. I guess not.
Or he just sees his mom now because it is that timeline.
True divine essence.
What are you doing out here? I left you one job, mother. Okie doke Muppets, karma for triggered April Fool's. Thank you for the super chat.
What's gonna happen? He even went Super Saiyan. He even went Kaioken Blue.
And still getting pushed back.
Demigra! Dark King Demigra's gonna be our heroes! No!
That design is off.
No! Dark King what? He's being pushed back! Huh?
Super Dragon Ball Heroes is essentially those Dragon Ball fan animations on YouTube.
Yes.
But professional.
It's literally who cares. What? Super Saiyan? Who's that? Bardock!
No way he turned Super Saiyan.
Well, but he's doing the Justice Lance!
What?
Can they push back Dark King Demigra? I don't think they have enough power. What's gonna happen to our... They're gonna run out of power? No!
サイヤ人の俺たちの力はこんなもんじゃねえだろ
He's just... Look, it's Gohan! Bigger, but the blasts are getting bigger! They're pushing it back!
Why are they getting...
They're Saiyan spirit!
Hey, why are the blasts...
Father, son, Kamehameha!
Grandfather,
Three
father,
generation
son.
Kamehameha! It's like the thing with Cell, but better! And they're screaming, oh, Ultra Instinct, he just done did it! There he goes, he's
Why
Ultra
did he
Instinct now!
do it?
Because he did it now! He decided to do it now! And now he's stronger! And now Super Saiyan 2, because Super Saiyan 2 is cool, and we like Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, and Future Gohan didn't get it, but he deserves it. So now he does get it, and he's stronger. But he's so much weaker than Super Saiyan 4 and Super Saiyan Master Ultra Instinct that it doesn't matter. But it does matter because it's Gohan going Super Saiyan 2, and Gohan Super Saiyan 2 is the strongest, even though he's not. Clap! 4! This is so lame.
They would clap the hardest.
Yeah, till their hands bled. and Heroes is simply, they get the moment of the father-son Kamehameha times 2 without putting any of the work in. And that's all that is. That's all it ever was. And that's all it's ever gonna be.
As there was no established
Yeah,
story.
UI shouldn't be a raw form. Like, what is he doing? It's supposed to be cool.
Behind its conquest. Goku simply
And
shows up.
Goku's just like, hey, that's crazy.
Dang. 5 forms, grandfather?
Man, what can I do? I'm lagging behind. I'm still 3 foot tall.
And has it in the movie, while in the show, in a very short period of time, they achieve it. The Super Saiyan form was something told.
Latin America would write in its own law that you
Yes.
have to watch it.
Mhm. It would be taught in schools. You will have 4th period heroes.
Dragon Ball theory.
And tests are just like, and what form did Bardock achieve during the Kamehameha?
Bardock achieved Super Saiyan 4 against what villain?
To the best of your memory, how many Super Saiyan 3s are there? Keep in mind, Xeno Goku, present Goku, and future Goku count as 1.
When did Super Saiyan God Vegeta first appear?
Racketeer says, DBZ College.
Legitimately, it'll be in Dragon Ball 101.
Over a much longer time span in Z, and upon its unveiling, made a huge moment in
No,
anime history.
the Super Saiyan was just, there is a Super Saiyan. We don't know what it is. We don't know how one achieves it. We don't know if there was ever even one, because it is just a legend. So this isn't a, once he finally gets it, it's not a big like, oh my goodness moment. It's just, oh, I guess this is what a Super Saiyan is. What is it? Oh, he's just stronger now. Well, how can you achieve it? By getting very angry. Unless you're Vegeta, in which case, unless you're the kids, in which case,
And this is precisely why the form Ultra Instinct
Broly's
landed
been
and
mentioned enough. Don't worry about it.
worked much better than Super Saiyan Blue, as it was hinted
Most
at
Loaded
from.
Man says, write an essay on why DBZ good and only use information from the 90s Funi dub.
Bruce Faulkner,
Mondo cool.
Mondo cool, we got that. Sean Schimmel, underlined 3 times, screaming. Oh, people are just like, oh, he screams so good in Super Saiyan form. Just like, Stephanie Natoni, she never, and now she's back, and she didn't get the chance, and now she did, and it's great. Where's her flowers? Get this boy. big Stephanie, dumb, smelly Mark over here.
From the beginning,
I am the hope of the universe. Yep.
Ball Super, between Goku and Beerus fighting on King Kai's planet, as well as Whis lecturing them while training at various instances. Ultra Instinct seems like it was destined to happen since the beginning, preordained, and because of that, when it shows up, it works.
No, it's just a cool thing that's not another hairstyle. It's completely different from any other Super Saiyan.
One Smart says, if you are the kids, there's S cells.
It takes the mic away from Toriyama, puts them to bed.
Dude, they would legit teach SLs in that school.
But if you want to talk about how things lead into other things, Super Saiyan God is called Super Saiyan God. And there's never been a Super Saiyan form that doesn't have an evolution. So Blue is that evolution of Super Saiyan God. Couldn't you just say that? What did Gohan do to achieve Super Saiyan 2? Well, he just got even angrier. What did they do to do it? Oh, they internalized their piece or whatever they did. Whatever they did, because they were training with gods who knew about the God key and things, they brought that out of him. So
How does he feel about superheroes?
He has a video about superheroes. I think he just goes, look, it is what it is. It's just nuts fan fiction. If you're here for that, you're here for it. No. Make no mistake. I love Sean Schimmel. He does a very good job as Goku. But he had his times. He had his big screen moments. Stephanie Nandali didn't get that until now with the Super Saiyan 4 transformation. And people gloss over her for the Sean Schimmel. And that's my thing. Yeah,
he's got a house of flowers. Give her some.
Yes. And people did be like, hey, yo, she did a very good job. But people were just like, with Sean.
Introduced loads of new characters. Beerus, Whis, Tagoma, Sorbet, Hid, Zamasu, Gowasu,
Why
Jiren.
did you mention Tagoma and Sorbet when they were only in this arc?
Mm-hmm.
And they in the Frieza arc, and they didn't matter. It doesn't matter if they were introduced. They didn't do anything. They shouldn't be mentioned. Look at all of these mobs that don't mean anything other than number go up in terms of gods and angels.
You might as well just
The
say
T-Rex
Kui and
525
Dodoria.
says, Goku was radiating S cells, so much so that Gohan and Bardock leveled up right next to Goku.
But why wouldn't Gohan be the one? No, he didn't grow up in peace, which cultivates the S cells, as we all know. If you look at this,
I've seen the Buddha stuff.
The Buddha stuff is crazy. But if you look at this, you would think the dude front and center in the middle, the bald guy's just like, okay, he's the leader, or he's the most important, or he's gonna betray them. Something's happening with this dude. And it just doesn't.
Yeah, and Beerus is literally looking at him like most other people are looking up. Beerus is looking at him.
This is bad. This is bad.
Among many others in the Tournament of Power and the series throughout. However, most of them didn't develop at all, and the few that did so while restricted to one specific arc.
Hey, that's a lot of tournament arcs, even in the original Dragon Ball, where you get big smelly man, and I'm here to smell, and then I'm out of here.
I'm here to smell.
Is he? What did I say incorrect in that sentence?
But if he's what it talks about development, quote unquote, how did Cell develop? He achieved his goals, and he's just like, I don't have to cower and hide anymore. I can now do what my goal is supposed to be. But that's not really development. That's him achieving his goal and now setting out for another goal.
Now, in the case of characters like Kaba, who did technically develop over the course of the show, and it does help characters like Vegeta become more compelling,
You just said it wasn't interesting because they're stagnant and...
He never said anything like that, and you're a liar, and I don't appreciate liars.
He is on his own a very minor character that offers little to the story beyond being a pupil to Vegeta. Unlike Gohan, Piccolo, and Vegeta, who...
The main characters?!
Yeah, that's kind of not fair, Mark.
Hope's Floated Man says, yes, my favorite character development of Ronfan, who takes off her clothes to win the fights.
Yep, that's what happens.
During Dragon Ball Z, impacted and guided the plot at irregular intervals by being active characters within the story.
They didn't guide the plot a lot of the times, they just resolved it. Or helped, not even pushed it further along, just was a stopgap in the plot.
Kaba is a reactive character. The story happens to him.
Broly?
But recently there has been a character that's been introduced, one that is interesting.
I hate that he switched to this angelic music and all of this bush.
Because Broly is interesting. Didn't you hear what he said?
It's so, again, this is a drop of water in the desert bush. And Gohan, Vegeta, and Piccolo were the exact same for Z. Drop of water in the desert. They are something, and that's what we want. And Broly is something. Is he good? Is he great? I don't know.
But he has potential to follow the structure of new life and whatever.
Nightfall. We never left.
Yep. Yeah, never.
Who was that? Was a that
Cameron
was a
Bailey says,
Super iPad
fucking
Wolf.
finally, and we're damn near done.
Has so much more to tell, and one that we have yet to see develop fully. And that character is... The canon introduction of Broly to a series like Dragon Ball could not have come at a better time. Despite being a relic of a more nostalgic era, the worldwide positive reception for not only this film, but also the Broly character has been nothing short of overwhelming.
Drop of water.
Drop of water. Broly is not a great character.
Drop of water.
Initially painted in Dragon Ball Z as an angry, one-dimensional muscle monster, with Akira Toriyama's pen he has become a sympathetic, complicated, more nuanced character full of endearing qualities.
Of course he's gonna become more complicated than a one-note angry man. Of course he's gonna become more compelling than a one-note angry man.
So in comparison to old Broly, new Broly clap.
He's literally Tarzan. 11 minutes and we just start talking about Broly, the subject of the video.
It's fine. He needed to preheat the oven before cooking, obviously.
Qualities to go along with a tragic backstory. However, Broly brings much more than simple tragedy. He brings what I believe to be promise. Towards the end of...
We are literally 3 Ps in this.
Mm-hmm. Finally, Dritz.
This
and
is
then
the
here
promise.
comes Dritz in the chat. Like, finally, you guys understand.
This is the promise. We're gonna
Hi,
see its
Saldonic
progression
says,
until the payoff.
Sorry I'm late. When did I miss? I played Soul Hackers 2.
Soul Hacker 2 was fun. You missed everything. This video is almost over. And actually, you missed nothing because the video just started.
Yeah, we finally started the video. Hey, Broly was a sadistic monster before devolving into an angry man.
After having been defeated, Frieza remarks that he needs an ally if he is to win against Goku and Vegeta in the future. It's heavily implied that this ally he has in mind will be Broly. In that same breath, the movie ends with the scene between Goku beginning to build a relationship with Broly. These were important moments to me because it indicates future plans for a power struggle to gain Broly's trust over the coming arc.
I wonder how he feels about this not paying off at all. And Frieza just going, I got into a hyperbolic time chamber and now I'm black.
This is not...
I guess he went down on your list after that.
Mm-hmm. Ugh.
only interesting and fits perfectly well within Broly's character, who rightfully should have a host of trust issues at this point, but most importantly teases something the initial...
I don't think he has trust issues.
Racketeer says, call me shallow, but I enjoyed the reverse Flash Brawly than discount Terrazan Brawly.
Hey, everybody has their wants and needs out of a character. And that was yours, and that's totally cool.
Nothing wrong with a wall, and Broly was a wall. And this dude is a poorly done, I'm sympathetic, I've never drunk water. It's like, shut the f up.
Run of Dragon Ball Super was sorely lacking. Something that will enrich Goku's archetype and the flow of the show. A new main character that will develop over the course of the series alongside the main cast.
Why do you think that he would be a main character?
Mark, I got some news for you, buddy boy.
Here comes Beast Gohan.
Here comes Broly, just kind of on the planet of the gods, watching them fight and being in awe.
But imagine if he got God Ki. Ooh.
Would he supplement it with his Ozoru quasi Saiyan?
Yeah.
Zero Bird says, Rose Gold cold anyone?
Here he comes.
Dragon Ball Super Broly has provided the impending Super anime's return with a chance for long-term, multi-arc spanning character development, packed with personality.
Multi-arc. Piccolo didn't get that.
No.
Vegeta, he was just, I'm good now.
And then
a child grew up.
And then he was like, I'm not good now. And then he went, I am good now.
What if, though?
And intrigue, a crucial element for
that is one of my favorite moments in the Harry Potter thing. I'm just like, well done, Slither, well done. But what if, though? I've listened to that so many times.
Any long-running show, one that's absence caused the initial run of Dragon Ball Super to feel needlessly disjointed and disconnected. Something was missing, and oddly enough, the character that
I don't think it was missing that. I think that it is just not very well written because this is a proven thing as opposed to somebody just going at any point in time I could be canceled, so I need to keep people's interest. This is factory muff informing of what do the people want. Bring back Frieza, that'll get numbers up. Tournament, people like tournaments. Oh, here's this big strong guy, Super Saiyan God Kaioken, that's pretty cool. Trunks, bring him on back. That's what this is. There's no fear of anything because you've got an infinite generating money pit.
On top of that, I was going to say something, but I might have forgotten my point.
Big ups.
We had DBZ's potential man be Gohan, and now meet DBS's potential man Broly.
He's the biggest potential man. How's the future looking right now for that's why I think he liked the moral arc. I remember.
Jointed and disconnected.
He liked Heroes as well.
I remember.
So I think that he's doing really well for him. I don't mean to make you forget that thing. Yeah. But it's not in the way that 5 years ago Mark wanted with the promise and the answer, and now you can go.
Mark, whatever you rate these arcs for Super, let's say that the connecting of them gives them an extra 2 points. If you feel like Goku Black is a 4 arc, it doesn't matter if you get those connecting points and it becomes a 6 arc. It's still not in a vacuum a good arc. And that's the problem with Super. These are not good arcs. They're too busy trying to play to people's nostalgia.
Something was missing, and oddly enough, the character that once represented everything I disliked about Dragon Ball might now represent everything I think Dragon Ball needs. Quick or non-existent character arcs, disconnected sagas, and boring revisions of classic moments are the biggest sins of the initial run of Super, I believe. And with everything said and done,
those people clap for that They're clapping for Beast Gohan and Super Saiyan 2 transformation. They're clapping, Mark.
You clapped.
You clapped, Mark.
missing principle, the missing practice, and the missing ingredient might be rediscovered.
He almost said 3P.
Out the other bit. Oh, broccoli man.
Through Broly. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, that's a 10.
That's like a 9.
No, that pissed me off right at the end. All right, we did a nice little hour and a half.
I didn't expect it to go that long.
Yeah. What do we want to do, y'all? What do we want to do?
Dun, 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 dun. Don't stop, we're in love now. What's the most forgettable
Exploded
anime?
Man says, Toei, why write when we can print money?
Yeah, because
This video is brought to you by Skillshare.
it's proven.
What is the most forgettable anime? Over the last 5 years, I've read and reviewed a frankly unhealthy amount of anime from start
I think
to finish.
this is about all the series that he read, and he's going. Could you check the timestamps?
Yeah, sure. I don't think you've read or reviewed. I maybe reviewed, but I don't think you've read. Frankly, a healthy amount, because I don't think you've read a lot actually. Collectively, Mark, you may have read 80 series. Corey's doing that.
It's probably 15 or below. What's the most forgettable? Probably up there for me is Shakugan no Shana. I'll look at my anime list and I'll see things. I'm like, oh my god, what the is this? There are a lot of those that just do not stick with me.
As far as things I liked once, and now I'm like, I don't remember almost anything about this. There's an anime called Shiki. I remember.
Isn't that? Don't they? Is it
it's like
ghouls or demons?
Yeah, like vampires or something.
It's familiar.
I remember the black-eyed girl just laying outside a window or something. Outside of that, I remember almost nothing about that series.
Remember, Shiki, big ups.
That's what the most forgettable.
Shakugan no Shana. I remember specifically the last couple of moments of the last episode because they were going into this big explosion or something, and it was hand in hand, and Shana liked the main dude, and she leaned over and she was like, I like you. He didn't hear her, and then they did the big explosion. They got out of it, and the next season came up, and it was just like, what did you say when we were about to get exploded? So you got the, hey, she told him, but then not really, and then we can still do the tsundere thing, y'all. This the thing that you wanted, and that's the only thing that I remember about Shakugan no Shana.
As far as things you didn't like, do you remember anything about Mushishi?
Zero.
Hope's bloated man says, I read Fairy Tail twice because I forgot I read it the first time.
I fear for next month because I feel like some of these canceled series are gonna be poof, vamoosed.
Son of a...
And that's why I'm just like, I am taking notes because I'm like, oh boy, you are certainly a 5 out of 10.
Oh, let me turn the cool
What
down.
is Book of Bantura?
What? You read this?
What the is this? I remember this black girl died. And I was sad because I liked her. I guess. I guess spoilers if you care about the Book of Bantura. What did I give it, a 7? Okay, pass DA.
Let me turn the TTS down because we're post that.
Best student console that had a little girl with a puppet, and that was funny.
Big ups.
Explain why your characters do weird things. Canceled mangas, please. Thank you very much. Don't just introduce characters that I love and then go, hey, they do this weird thing, and then don't explain it, and then they're just a weird character. Have them be, I know the time is running out, but don't do it if you don't do it. Thank you very much, canceled manga.
Never even heard of it.
Thank you very much. Elemental Glade or
Oh, yeah.
That is, boy, I've seen AMVs and I'm just like...
T23, hashtag T23 sweep.
We just did T23 last week.
The whole thing. Go watch that to get your fix.
Book of Bantar, I remember it sucked.
Hero Tales, I remember that's from one of the creator of Full Metal. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, I've never seen Full Metal, so I watched it and I did not like it. Gave it a 6.
Big ups, Order? That sounds fake.
Kaze no Stigma!
Oh,
she
I thought you
has
remembered
a
that.
flame sword!
I thought you remembered that.
No! 7! I was too liberal with these 7s! Kaze no Stigma! And these are all around the times of right after Naruto where I'm just like, alright, anime is a thing now, baby, and I'm branching out.
We've never seen Full Metal Alchemist.
Fully. Because it was on Toonami and I'd wake up and the TV would be playing. I'm just like, oh, I guess he got blowed up.
Oh, Scar? Really? Alright.
That seems like some boy. He sure is angry at something.
As far as things I didn't like, and I don't remember, there was one where there was a phone app or something that killed people, or you could go to a place. I don't remember.
Forgettable series, but have y'all read Gambling Apocalypse Kaiji?
No, it sounds cool. Kaze no Stigma was my partial Metal Alchemist.
What the actual is Night Wizard?
You know
This
what?
is what?
You know what? This was also during the time of when we were doing AMV, so we were constantly looking for new series
cool
and action-ish.
What the is Night? I did not watch this. I don't know why I just lied and gave it a score. What the is this?
It wasn't Future Diary. It was not Future Diary. It was a manga that I was reading, and a guy pulled out a phone to do some to like go to a place or something. And I don't remember it.
I did not watch this. I promise I didn't watch this.
Promise.
I don't know why I rated it when I did not watch this.
I promise I did not watch this.
I'm not trying to convince anybody, but I'm trying to convince everyone.
Please believe me.
Yeah, there's some.
Was Night Wizard the 5-second AMV? There was a 5-second MEP, and it was the hospitals, and it was the girl with the glowing eye.
I don't think that was me.
No, I made that AMV, but was Night Wizard that?
Did you watch Night Wizard?
No, I did not.
So why would you use Night Wizard? Probably because it was downloaded for an AMV and you were just like, whatever.
Yeah, is this Night Wizard?
No.
I don't know.
Wait, go play. Cause I think I saw a sword.
It looks like a big sword.
Play.
I can go.
No. Just play it. There might be something.
Is this Night Wizard?
It doesn't look like it. If the red sky, hang on.
Is this Night Wizard?
It might be Night Wizard.
I think this might be Night Wizard.
I think this is Night Wizard.
I never watched Night Wizard. I promise y'all.
Go back to the dude.
That might have been a kid version of him to go into like her
Were
world.
y'all reading manga or were you deep into alcohol because y'all don't remember what happened?
This
when you were
is like 15
consuming it?
years ago. What do you want? 20!
He doesn't have his rolled up sleeves, but it could be
The kid version.
Wait. I think I found the girl. She has a big ribbon, a big blue ribbon. That's her.
Yep,
That's
is a kid version of her. This is Night Wizard.
Did I watch Night Wizard?
You watched Night Wizard. His promises mean nothing. His broken promises. Future wife is cheating on you. Don't listen to none of them promises.
When did I watch
You watched Night Wizard.
When did I watch Night
It was on there, and I saw that there was like a bed or something, and a girl was just there. So I went, yep, I'm going to use it.
I don't remember Night Wizard.
That means nothing to me, DA.
Wait. How did you remember this?
I looked at that, and I went, the art style looks familiar.
So you, based upon an AMV from right here, maybe 20 seconds.
Can we review DA's old Naruto review?
Shut up. No, not yet. You remembered a 5-second MVP that you did 14 years ago.
Yep.
I don't believe this. This is a setup.
You literally
This
just watched
all led
to
to
this
this moment.
So you picked the Mark video because you wanted to do that.
Yep.
So we went, hey, and then you said, what's that most forgettable anime?
Yep.
And then I steered the conversation into this.
Yep.
So you can go to your old MyAnimeLists to go through your thing.
Yep.
I knew you were going to click on Night Wizard so I can go, hey, I did a 5-second MEP that looks very similar
Just
to
to
this.
make a liar out of me.
What is
And
Night
I
Wizard?
think that's incredibly petty, and I don't appreciate it. Because I know I didn't watch Night Wizard. I downloaded it, and then I was like, yeah, I'll watch it later. That's what
And then
happened.
you rated
here.
it?
That's the problem here. That is the problem here, and I'm not gonna say that it's not a problem.
You
But-
honestly just forgot that.
No, there's no way that I don't remember
This whole
anything.
exchange is like that SpongeBob episode of SpongeBob and Patrick arguing about who ate the chocolate.
Unfortunately, there is no argument other than
That's
my
request
own
to you.
perception.
I'm sorry, you were wrong.
No. You that was completely fabricated in order to hit the descriptions.
Figured out upload it since it's just sitting on my computer.
Nothing about Night Wizard.
No.
Nothing. There's no reason why you would have remembered this. That is the what I bring to the court.
So you know I have a fantastic memory.
Mhm.
And you're going, there's no way you remember this. And I understand that I just talked about a phone manga that I do not remember. I understand that's a point against me.
Yes.
But you'd rather do that than go, I forgot about watching Night Wizard
here-
16 years ago.
Here's my evidence. I'm bringing this up again. What we saw, the girl had the ribbon and the hat.
Mm-hmm.
Here, she does not have the hat. That is one thing that you don't remember. The dude is very generic. Brown hair, blue coat.
Yep.
He did not display his sword
Yep.
in any of this.
Yep.
There is no reason why you would have seen those things that were here
You
and
played
make the
a video
connection and
that
made
looks
the
very
connection.
similar.
I did this thing 14 years ago for a 5-second MEP that maybe took 40 minutes.
I can't believe the DA is more defensive about the Night Wizard than pedo jokes.
Night Wizard because reasons win.
Because BG is trying to make a liar out of
So
me.
I'm gaslighting
Yes.
you that you watch Night
You
Wizard.
steered the conversation into this direction knowing that I have a bad memory. And then went, I'm going to flex on my good memory while making DA a liar. That's what happened here. Y'all see how petty BG
Or
is?
you just don't remember.
Y'all see how
Why?
and then he just like, look at my AMV. Now I can make a good AMV. And then it's all these things coming together.
Are there Night Wizard videos?
There are not. Well, are you talking about?
Yeah.
Nobody's talking about Night Wizard. No one. What are you asking? What did you think?
I would love a because reason about things nobody cares about. Technically, the canceled series is a because reasons of a bunch of manga that got canceled. Lincoln $ Night Wizard. Yeah, you just watch Night Wizard.
No, I didn't.
I don't know what you want from me, DA. Because I, as the man that remembered this, can remember that I did not watch Night Wizard.
There are Night Wizard videos.
Impossible.
People talking about Night Wizard. 4 years ago, one person, Mr.
Rakato
Anime
says,
Reviews.
DA maintaining the agenda is our top
I
priority.
think Mr. Anime Reviews turned out to be a murderer.
Oh yeah, I think that is the guy.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be very morbid to do.
Yeah, that's not, maybe not that one. Why are you connected to my headphones?
Oh, because you forgot to turn it off.
Because I was rushing.
Which is Night Wizard. Shit. I learned that Alice awakens powers inside her that allow her to become a Night Wizard as well.
No, she didn't. No, she's not also. What is a Night Wizard?
At
No,
night,
I did not.
you watch
I
it.
did not
At
watch.
night, you become
I
a wizard.
did not. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I guess so. She looked at the moon, the sky turns red. It's probably like the midnight hour for Persona 3, where there is a period of time where you could become a wizard.
Night Wizard, a term given to those whose mission is to protect the world from impeding darkness. Didn't watch it. Renji is one of such Night Wizards. You're
I
sure.
feel like you would have remembered that name after the Red J and
Potentially.
Far Eye.
who is constantly called on missions, even though all he wants to do is be able to go to school and graduate. However, his latest orders was to protect Ellis Shiho, who is a new transfer student to his academy. Being dragged into the astronomy club by Renji's childhood friend, Kurehai Akibana, on his first day of class, Ellis soon realizes that she too has the power to become a night wizard. Excuse me, what is a night wizard? What is it? Whatever, doesn't matter.
The dark.
Doesn't matter. What's the sword? Doesn't matter. After possessing one of the 7 secret jewels, the Jewel of Kindness, I did not watch Muff and Night Wizard. I would have remembered the Jewel of Kindness. Don't tell me I watched Night Wizard.
DA. Mushishi was the first series you ever did not finish because you hated it so much. You remember nothing about that. So don't act like, oh, I would have remembered the Jewel of Kindness from Night Wizard.
I would have.
Mark.
The timestamps.
Yes, timestamps. Mark.
Can we go to Bleach?
Going. My life is suffering, and I feel nothing but abject sorrow and pain.
The next is Bleach, and this is the only... AJ and I were the ones that came up with these questions, and this is the only series that neither of us are
they're
familiar.
asking him questions based upon the series.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah. All right. That sounds fun.
Could you press play? I want to hear what type of questions.
So we kind of had to outsource these and do a bunch of research and stuff. Who is the Soul Reaper Ichigo meets at the beginning of the story?
I think her name is Rukia.
Yeah.
Names is
Who
different.
is the first captain?
Yeah, I
Yamamoto.
don't like. These
Names are
escape
difficult.
me forever.
That's
Again,
not-
I read it once.
Or
I
is
would.
he talking about the first captain he met, which would be Byakuya?
No, I don't. I think he means the first because Captain
Okay.
Yamamoto is number 1.
I don't know.
What is Ichigo's Soul Slayer?
It's
Okay,
not
Soul
Baka.
Slayer rings a bigger bell. So, isn't his Soul Slayer like just like this giant fucking sword in his back? Maybe not then. I don't know. What is it, Tyson?
The answer, if you are giving up, is either, depending on the translation, I guess, Zangetsu or Slaying Moon. Yeah, which organization is led by the antagonist Sosuke Aizen?
I know that as soon as you're going to say the name, I'm going to remember it, but I just don't remember it off the top of my head.
The answer.
This seems like an interesting video that I would watch.
Yeah, I would absolutely
This
watch
seems
it.
interesting. I like that.
Memory Mark is not to be trusted. Yeah.
Imagine forgetting something. I could never forget Night Wizard, so that's not me.
Cannot believe we spent a good 15 minutes just on whether or not you watched the Night Wizard.
And we've come to the answer, no.
or
And hey, if we go down the three mark things, it was in the introduction, the becoming a new person, and the question. No, he didn't. No.
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 Oh, you're getting some no's. That's kind of catching up.
I don't know what made y'all think for a
It
second.
says, shame on you for forgetting Night Wizard DA.
Y'all have never heard of Night Wizard before I said it.
Let's see a little bit of Shibuya. Maybe not.
Mark? Mark? Where are you? Mark? Mark, what are you doing?
I knew he was drunk.
Did he get a video? I mean, a series?
No. He's just showing off his filmmaking skills.
No, but the Discovery Plus, which is an actual thing.
No, I can just put up Nickelodeon on one of my videos.
Yeah, and you're there.
I just didn't know.
We can't escape from this mother. Where does he come from? What
I'll
mark?
make something perfectly clear. Ending the video last week where we did was not a decision made lightly. I assure you there was no man or woman alive today who wanted that video to continue more than I did. But the fact that it was already 52 minutes long and we were staring down the barrel of another 10 episodes, it sort of sealed the deal. So please accept these, insert total runtime here, as recompense, and let's begin. We're made aware of 3 situations in addition to Jogo versus
Pause.
Sukuna.
Here's what we can do. We can go to the transcripts. And I'm gonna ask you: does he mention Dragon Ball?
Oh, that sounds fun.
No, we can't react to Night Wizard on stream, even though the entire series is on YouTube because nobody cares about Night Wizard. I am going to say
No, he's yes or no, and then if yes, how many?
yes. Are we talking about by name or by go? He says Goku.
Goku or Dragon Ball. We're all counting that as one.
Okay, just Goku and just Dragon Ball. No Gohan, no Piccolo,
Yeah,
no
no.
anything.
Only those 2 count.
2 times.
I'm gonna go yes. 5.
That's high. That's high.
Let's see. Goku.
1 time for Goku.
Okay. Dragon Ball. 6. 6. Oh wait, could be comments.
Could be comments.
Okay,
It was 3.
that's split in the middle. No, you got it. You said 2.
I said 2. Yes.
You said
Mark
2.
never disappoints the guy. Your boy. Who knows Mark better than me? Can we go to one of? Can we go to the freeze? the hypes of the Goku one.
Let's go, Goku. Yeah, we should just do this for all the videos and see what he says.
A bad person. Every story or arc has a central dramatic question. It is what
D8.
A central dramatic question. Maybe it does. I don't care.
D8 in his 50s. Wait, I read My Hero Academia. BG, dude, we made a whole because reason. D8. Oh, BG, here you go again with the gaslighting. BG, but D8, stop gaslighting
I will
me.
never forget Pig Man as long as I live.
Yeah, I truly believe that. I truly do. Ask him like 4 things that happened in the arc after the Vizard arc.
Bount. I always go back to the Bount. The Dirty Boots one.
Yeah, that's the one. What is that?
Dirty Boots was there.
Yep, one.
Her name is Jackie Tristan.
Yeah, no, she's all dirty boots.
informs the story fundamentally. In One Piece, that question is, can altruistic passion and effort overcome heartless tyranny? For
What? As a One Piece fan, that has never been a question I've asked myself, nor do I think One Piece asks of its audience.
Goku versus Frieza, that question was, what bends first, an unshakable determination or an unstoppable ego?
And then he got strong.
Yep. And then he got 50 times stronger because he got mad.
What did animation do, y'all? Nothing. It just does nothing for me. In the same way that, like...
Jay says, DA, what do you remember about the Bount arc?
Too much.
Jin Karia.
In the same way that, like, lettuce on a burger, I enjoy it, but it doesn't really do anything
Crazy
for
lettuce
me.
makes a burger sometimes.
But it doesn't really
You're
do...
bananas.
Give me a fried egg on top of it. Then we're talking.
Bananas.
And for Jujutsu Kaisen, it is simply, do the young have a right to define their own futures, even if they stand in the way of the old world order?
Oh boy, that is a very long thing to think about when you're reading every single arc and every single interaction of like, does the young, like...
I want to see all Dragon Ball and or Goku mentions.
But maybe it's just hey, this guy's a demon and he cut off that guy's arm. Sometimes it's
playing with
just
the
that.
lives of others. And this is what I mean by standing on the shoulders of giants. Over the decades, the villains of Shonen Jump's Rogues Gallery have become iconic. With the likes of
Yes. Pause. Iconic, no. Iconic watch. How many we doing? 3. We already got 1 on the board.
I'm going 4. But
Frieza holding for me a special
Racketeer
significance.
says, "Don't worry, DA. As long as you remember the 3 Ps, you'll never forget One Piece."
DA.
We don't need to worry about what happened with the poll. Could you press play? You're holding up the video. This is what the people are here for. This fictitious poll about things that may or may not have happened doesn't matter because these people are liars and they're just doing it just to spite me. And I also don't appreciate that. You should have voted with your
7.
heart.
I see a 5. I see a 5.
Because he was the character that taught me what the secret to a truly great villain within this genre is. Passive domination.
Oh. Oh, Mark sure can spit sometimes.
What's the other Dragon Ball mention? And then we'll do the iconic.
Pulled a few rare happy tears from my eyes. But the fight, it's still not over. This is some Dragon Ball levels of combat length we're approaching here. And I'm not complaining. This is hype as fuck.
Like 3 episodes.
Yeah,
And speaking of 3, let's go 3 iconic. Come on, Marky. Come
4.
on. Just the 1. Wow.
Crazy.
Okay, Mark. I see you.
Oh, we should
I
do
didn't watch Night Wizard.
DA. The poll said.
Well, whatever. These people want to listen to Mark.
They do want to listen to Mark. I want one of the long reviews. Like the massive Naruto
I think
one.
his Attack on Titan one is very long.
Okay. Because
And
it
he
looks like
compiles
recently.
them as
Yeah.
well.
The colossal reviews are what
Yeah.
I'm looking for.
This video is sponsored by
Dragon Ball mentions. How many we talking?
7.
I am going a hot 10. The hottest of 10.
And that's a very good.
Dragon Ball
Emily
and or
Wilson says,
Goku.
"So you a fraud then?"
I ain't no fraud. I know what the truth is. And this is coming from a liar. I watched the first season of Attack on Titan.
I did as well. And he knows the ending.
Don't mention Goku.
One.
Do not mention.
Hold on,
wait.
yeah.
Oh, yep.
One.
Yep.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All 7!
Do not mention Goku.
All
Do
7!
I'm begging you. I've never asked you for anything in my life. He's gonna mention Goku. Of course he's gonna.
1,
Jesus!
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What?
That's crazy.
What?
I severely underestimated him.
15 mentions?
That's bananas.
Shrimpo was the closest with 12.
That's crazy.
No? Yeah. No.
That's crazy. I saw Toriyama.
Okay, let's see what he says.
important to your series'
Namiya,
success.
the
The
Dragon of
perfect
Water and Thunder says, "I don't want any more Mark. I want you to revisit Mahi's TV Black Clover video because it is
That
terrible."
is on the list. The only problem with the Black Clover videos that are on the list and have been on the list for a very long time, we would have to rewatch Black Clover.
Yeah, or read.
Yeah, it's been a
examples of exemplary reactionary characters in the protagonistic roles can be observed through characters like Saitama from One Punch Man or Gohan from Dragon Ball Z. Both of these characters are
says,
incredibly
"How many times did he say paneling?"
I think he was a manga, an anime boy here, but it wasn't over. 2 times for paneling.
4. Panel or paneling?
If that's the case, okay, no. Panel doesn't count because you can just go, in this panel, he does this.
We're not going to count those. We're going to look at the...
If that's the case, where he's praising a thing and how it's done
How
on
the
panel.
Yes.
That's gonna be 5.
Then I'm gonna go up to 9. 7, 3. 1.
Oh no.
The panels are emphatic and thoughtful.
that
That's
is a
one. Specific panel from the manga that perfect. Nope, that does not count. Nope, that does not count.
Supremely powerful panel.
I wouldn't even count that.
A supremely powerful.
Let's see what it.
Because he's
She's optimistic for a better tomorrow until the bitter end, with a supremely powerful panel seeing her exclaim, "I'm not accepting genocide."
Yeah, he's talking about.
Yeah. Okay, 2.
I was right when I said my first guess. I was closer.
Whoop-de-doo.
Whoop-de-doo.
Work their way out of a hole that they've created. In Dragon Ball Super's Goku Black Arc, tons of time is spent establishing how time travel works, how the final battle is set up, and how it resolves. But in the end, under its own logic, it still makes no sense, leaving fans to think that the characters are either strange, foolish, or nonsensical, which is exactly what Attack on Titan didn't do.
But Attack on Titan is getting the praise because Dragon Ball gets the bad.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch too much of this because I am going to go back to it at some point.
And also, Attack on Titan spoilers, even though I know what happened in Attack on Titan.
So if you can't believe it,
These are going to be low. Did we do iconic for the...
No, we did not. Do we want to?
Sure. It's going to be low, though. It's going to be 2. 2. 2.
5. And I think I'm
Do
low.
here, instead of providing the necessary.
Yeah, this is our channel now. We're just creating game shows for each other. And I hope y'all are along for the ride.
Oh,
1.
Oh, Jesus.
2.
Oh,
3.
This month.
4. 5.
He went
6.
bonkers.
7.
He went bonkers with iconic here.
All right then.
Can we go back to can we
Racketeer
hear the
says,
first one?
I swear for a second there I thought he was gonna defend a certain glaring flaw in the ending, but thank God he didn't.
Name or not, you will have almost certainly fallen in love with his work on the show, as near enough every iconic scene stems from his hands. Even if you're watching this video with zero exposure to it.
What's the second iconic?
Crazy.
The name of Toshiyuki Tsuru pioneered the concept, and its first major appearance can be found in Naruto's 48th episode in the iconic battle between Gaara and Rock Lee. Over the years, it's been...
This is crazy. This is...
Oh, let me control F now. Get rid of whatever's in there.
3 Dragon Balls.
And or Goku's.
Yes. 3.
I'm gonna go a conservative 1.
Ooh, low
1.
number boys. Low
1.
number boys. Okay.
Battle Dragons, that's not.
Dragons, no.
0 Dragon Ball.
He gotta ramp up the Goku fast.
1 Goku.
This is
1.
Mark has betrayed me. The people have betrayed me. Night Wizard has betrayed me.
I know I've read, like, I felt
No,
it.
you did.
I felt
if and when a character has the it factor, right? Stuff like Sukuna
This
in
mic
Shibuya,
is-
Frieza on Namek, or Goku with the Ginyus. Whenever that guy shows up,
He sounds completely different.
Yeah, he sounds kind of sad.
Dwight, it's over. Big ups. Thank you for being here. Get out, because we're almost done. Iconics, I'm going to go 2.
2. Then I'll go 3.
1.
Various iconic outfits.
time to vent. The anime's OP for this section is absolutely fire, with all of the characters flashing in and out of their various iconic outfits from across time.
You know what? Sure.
I wouldn't even count them as iconic. Luffy's hat is iconic.
I think because their default outfits are what is used in a lot of promotionals and things like that, I would consider that to be iconic because they have been around longer than a pre-time skip stuff.
Okay.
Big chunky Naruto boys.
This
Okay.
video was brought.
6-14.
20.
Oof.
20.
Oofa.
20.
That might even be low.
20.
Because he didn't have too much after.
You know, 10.
Yeah.
20.
You know what?
You can lift it up.
Oh my god, he's gonna go bonkers
10,
with
13, 7, 15, 15, 7, 7.
Ugh.
20. 25, matter of fact. 25.
I'll give 21 then. I didn't want to
It would
price
have
you
been
out on that one.
fine. 25.
21.
Not counting iconics.
Not yet. We're going Dragon Ball and Goku mentions.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Pause.
9,
This is not even an hour into the video.
10, 11, 12. Oh, what? 13. Jesus Christ. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. No, these are all from it.
What do you mean?
23.
Oh no, there no comments or anything.
No, yeah, no.
Oh my goodness.
All from it. Goku.
Oh,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You can instead
No,
of
no.
this, you can just go.
Oh, yeah, to the
up
last
from the
one.
bottom.
Yep.
Yeah.
No,
Oh
70.
my!
40 mentions. 40.
That's not a lot. That's not a whole lot when you think about it.
Oh, wait, no. Was the first one 27 or 23? 23. 40 mentions.
That's that's a good number. That's a lot.
One inalienable fact that this was a beloved franchise, a story people massively identified with, and that it too has its detractors. Sounded very much like Dragon Ball to me, so
It's a popular anime, so of course they're gonna.
Y'all can't be asking for T23 after we just did it.
Attack on Titan, on the other hand, was driven by its premise early on, and Dragon Ball by its comedy and action. But when it came to
This man is a demon.
Yeah, he is a.
Kishimoto was a massive fan of Akira Toriyama's Dragon Ball.
This man is a f***ing demon.
Can we hear the last
Effectively,
mention?
Dragon Ball was one of the earliest adopters of this format, and in being
Dude, this dude is a f***ing
I
demon.
hate when it does that.
That's why I'm with Chrome. Firefox boys.
a lackluster conclusion to a fight doesn't retroactively make a good series bad. Speaking as someone that loved how Dragon Ball Super's anime came to an end, I'll also say it doesn't by
Racketeer
virtue
says,
of its existence.
Wait, why did he show iDubbbz wearing a Harry Potter cloak in a Naruto video?
I don't know.
Cause funny.
The other Biju, severe trust issues when it comes to dealing with humans. And with good reason. There are some cute references to Dragon Ball and Journey to the West with the Monkey King too, but why this works so effectively is that what convinces Kurama.
Whatever, Mark. Iconic 8.
11.
Pause. Let the people get their votes in if they want.
Okay. I keep forgetting Firefox exists. That's your problem. Firefox is the GOAT. Still, you blocking my balls off. With me ads.
I have no preference either way.
And that's why you are a night wizard.
I can't be a night wizard because I don't know what a night wizard is or
Then
does.
how do you know that you're not?
Night wizard sounds like a step above the grand wizard in the KKK.
Yeah, we do our dirt in the day. But don't mess with the night wizard.
Yeah, even us, we're like, calm down.
20, 10, 25 plus 20, 16, 15, 50, 21, 20.
Big number, boys. There we go.
2, 3. Yep.
There we go.
There we go. Are we done here? Or do we want to watch a little bit of something?
What we got?
Phil? Some Phil food?
What we got? Here's something. Instead of the DSP tries it, let's go on over to a poorly cooking.
Okay.
You cucks that wanted T23 and don't care about Phil, get out!
Custom burgers. What is this?
Why do we need to be told how to make hot dogs and beans? Can we go to the what is that? I think that's
What's up,
the
everyone?
egg, I forget the bread with a hole in the middle or the egg with a hole in the middle. I forget what he called it.
DSP, and welcome to another edition of Cooking with the King, or Poorly Cooking with the King, as I've termed it, because I still...
The bacon is pre-made.
big ups.
The cheese is pre-unwrapped.
Why? Why is he prepping cheese at almost midnight?
He's so drunk.
Oh, he's blasted.
still think the series is a joke, but people seem to enjoy it, so I'm going to keep going on with it. Today is going to be another breakfast, which I know...
Hey, can you turn off your fan?
No! It's so hot!
A lot of people will say, oh, you keep doing breakfast.
He hit him with the raspberry. Yeah, you keep doing breakfast.
Today is going to be another breakfast, which I know a lot of people will say, oh, you keep doing breakfast. Well, breakfasts are some of the quickest and easiest things that you can cook, and I'd rather get these out of the way before I...
Can we see him cooking noodles?
We already did,
We
sir.
did the noodles.
Or madam.
The full noodle.
The full thing. Breakfast is one of the quickest and easiest. A sandwich is quick and easy.
Yeah. Dinner can also be quick and easy depending on what you're cooking.
Can we pause really quick and go to the tuna salad one? Because there's something that always gets me in that.
Which one is that? First one?
Sloppy tuna salad panini.
What's going on?
Could you go to when he put it in the panini?
Actually, looks like it is a little bit dry in the center. Mix up a little bit more.
Look, that mug. I'm a man that likes a lot of Miracle Whip in my tuna. That mug is swimming.
Did he put it in a cup to measure it?
Oh, this guy is a psycho!
Did he Miracle Whip the cup?
This is vegetable based. It has a lot less.
Dude! You know this man does not cook, because moms will eyeball this.
Yes.
You
And
eyeball
then
the
you
food.
taste it and just go a little bit more. If you put too much, rip.
Rip! You better put some relish or something to eat up some of that Miracle Whip.
Shit, where's my cup? There we go. A lot less calories.
What
less
the
fat, a lot less cholesterol than regular mayonnaise. And so it even looks identical to mayonnaise. It actually does taste quite different.
There's so much
to it that I personally like.
He's running out of Miracle Whip.
He's scraping the bottom for this.
Did he go back for another?
So let's see if I get that in there.
What was even
What
the
was
purpose?
the point?
He measured nothing.
The point of the cup.
He didn't measure anything. It's not a game. Just do it and wait.
I thought that he was gonna use the garlic and stir it up.
Dude,
But I
wanna see how
didn't get to the point that I wanted.
there was two of them for this.
That's so much.
Is that a single slice of cheese?
Let's see if I get
Non-prepped.
Okay, hold up. How much of that is a measuring cup worth?
I'd say that's about a cup.
But he didn't lay it flat, so it's not. You can't measure it.
I honestly don't. I've never questioned anything more with Phil what was the purpose of the measuring cup? Now you just have to clean the measuring cup.
Yes.
Now all that excess Miracle Whip that you was scraping, there's excess left in the measuring cup.
And he's not gonna scrape that out because we saw it after the fact.
That's little. It's probably about half a cup, maybe a little bit more.
Probably you used the measuring cup. How do you go? That's probably half a cup of Miracle Whip after I used it in my.
He used the measuring cup. He was just like, whatever. This looks like a
he used the measuring cup to eyeball the fucking Miracle Whip. This man is a demon.
Ain't nobody doing it like our boy. Ain't nobody on this planet. There's so much extra work by putting it in the measuring cup, Phil.
Look how much is left in the
There's
cup.
so much.
You're gonna add some onion powder to it, and you don't want to go ape shit. Obviously, you want to put some onion powder, but not too much.
I've
So we'll just do a
never
little
done
Never.
that.
on top.
That seems nasty.
That
Now,
was
literally,
that
all
was
you do is you stand here for a while and you mix it.
Why does he
Nothing
feel
to
the
it,
need
it's
to
just
explain
mixing what
this?
you're looking for. Ending up being a little bit
Yeah, that-
too small for what I wanted, because now it's starting to jump out of the edges on me. Because like
That's
I said, I do like some pieces of
nasty.
celery in my tuna salad. Into like this, and you find dry out a little bit. Exactly to the ingredients. Experimenting, like I said, it's hard to do when you're not doing it exactly to the ingredients that the recipe tells you. And in this case, like I said, the recipe said do a half a cup per 6 ounces. I think that recipe was absolutely wrong.
He's blaming the recipe
He's done that before and
with
after.
the chicken, but you don't you didn't put a fourth of a cup. You did. First off, you didn't measure it.
You're so mad.
He didn't measure it. He said it might be more.
Yeah.
So that's first off. Second off, you didn't put a fourth in and then taste it and was just like, nah, this is too much or a little bit more. He's blaming.
Has he never cooked a tuna salad? Then why are you doing this?
Why is the ball
Because if you do a half a cup for 6 ounces, that thing's going to be drooling. I mean, that was what I put in there was about roughly half a cup. And that was 10 ounces of tuna, and I think it was too much. But I also think that they were assuming you were putting a lot of other ingredients into it, like the celery.
Why would they assume that without mentioning it on the thing?
Why would you use a tuna salad recipe and not follow the recipe if they assume you're gonna put other ingredients from the recipe in it, like celery?
It doesn't say use half a cup if you include other ingredients. They're just like, no, they're just gonna use other ingredients. So let's just say half a cup, and that's gonna.
And parsley and onions and other things. But anyway, this is roughly your tuna salad. Actually, it looks like it is a little bit dry in the center. Mix up a little bit more.
That's so much.
Now, what are we going to do to make this not just a regular tuna salad sandwich? Well, here's what we're going to do.
The cheese and the pickles that are in the frame?
Here, I have 2 unique things that can make this different. I have a piece of ciabatta bread and a panini grill, okay? Let me tell you something. This panini grill is amazing.
When he puts it in, because that was the whole point of this.
Is he explaining a panini press?
What do you think? What? Yes.
And he's explaining.
Yes, we don't even need to hear him. Yes, of course he's explaining what ciabatta bread is.
He's still explaining.
Yes!
Grill.
What?
As you're going to see, it's really good for grilling. So what we're going to do is we're going to start building our sandwich on this ciabatta bread over here. And then we're going to toss it on the panini grill. So it's actually
Funny that he can use a tripod here.
Yeah, we ain't got time for that. Little lettuce, little pickles.
Ew.
Yeah, lettuce sounds weird on that.
Especially when it's going into panini grill.
it's on the right-hand knob. It means that it's ready to go.
One a day multivitamins, big ups.
In preparation. In the meantime,
Racketeer says,
I'll clean up.
One Piece anime pacing ass video. One Piece Forever says,
Yes, I said that.
this is boring.
Hey, don't be here. This is our
Mom
time.
had those plates in the mid 2000s.
frozen yogurt, salads, panini sandwiches that were made to be, you know, fit sandwiches. You would just go like this, whoop, oh, you could freaking burn your finger right off.
Yeah, because
like,
it burn it off. Yeah,
because
it's hot.
All day long. Now, some other things that you can add to your tuna if you like. A lot of people like to add pepper.
Look at all the ingredients that are just outside of the thing sandwich.
Why do you think I said to go here?
I do know.
No!
Open the grill, leave it open. Ooh, you see steam come off of it right away.
That boy is not
We're
clean.
gonna put our tuna salad sandwich down. You probably want to position the bread a little bit back because when you close it like this, it's gonna actually flatten the sandwich and pull that. So
Didn't you overstuff it then? Oh no! I've never seen this!
what I usually do is I do this. I put the bread a little bit back and I already angle the top like this. Some grills you're lucky you can do that, and then that way when I push it down, voila.
Voila, as it's overspilling.
It's exploding out of it.
So essentially, rather than just a regular tuna salad sandwich, what we're making is a panini grilled tuna melt, which is probably going to end up being a lot more tasty than just a regular tuna salad sandwich.
Probably.
And I can already see some of the tunas coming off the side. It's perfectly fine. Just like when you make a tuna melt, there's always tuna that, you know, hangs off the edges.
How about use less tuna fill? Yes! There's an easy solution.
Overfilled. It was just like, it's spilling out because it's overfilled. Who did this?
It gets grilled on the grill. That's fine. So
He was already balding. Did you not?
And it gets grilled on the grill. That's fine.
Ooh, that's his mom. It's his mom's fault. Here we go to where he pulls it out.
Yes, sir.
Clean up a little bit more here while we wait. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead.
Beautiful.
Take it off.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
We made a mess on our panini grill.
And then you put on the spatula and everything. It's on the knob now because he moved the spatula and it dripped on the knob. What are he doing?
Which we'll have to clean up later, but do not do that immediately because it's so freaking hot. Now that is one messy sandwich. And the reason
That
it's so
does
messy
not
is because
look
there's way
good.
too much Miracle Whip in it, so that's a shame. If it had just a little bit less Miracle Whip, it wouldn't have been this goopy, and all of our ingredients wouldn't have slid like that. They all kind of slid right off the sandwich.
Yeah,
This is
the Miracle Whip factory's fault.
This is a disgusting.
Yeah, this does not look good at all. Warm grilled lettuce.
Cheese is already melted to the pickle, so that's going to be hard. That's going to be a messy sandwich to eat. But you know,
Why even use the lettuce now? If the
yes,
especially since
I understand the basic recipe of tuna salad is very easy. And I kind of disappointed with the presentation. It's going to taste good. The presentation, it looks like shit. It looks like it looks like someone
Racketeer
just
says,
freaking took a
this
crap.
is a crime against humanity, and he didn't even bother to get rid of the crime
Yeah,
scene.
this does not look good at all.
it looks just.
But that was just a little detour.
All right, try to tackle.
Never forget why we're here.
What we're gonna do today is we're going to make a family favorite of mine, and to be completely honest, I used to eat this all the time as a kid, but I don't remember what we used to call it. And I think my mother actually termed it egg with the hole in the middle. And
if you notice, the microwave and the oven, 2 different times.
Yes, big ups.
Big up.
you hear that, you're like, what the hell does that mean?
Well, he had access to the internet. This is a known thing. Why not look up what it's called?
He surely had some sort of intonation that he was going to do this. Why wouldn't he call his mom? Unless. But why wouldn't he call his mom earlier in the day?
He's not calling his mom.
Why couldn't he put this off until tomorrow and call her then instead of just going, I don't know what it was called.
Because he's hungry now. And I want an egg. In the whole middle.
What you're gonna see is it's a pretty easy thing to cook.
Does he fit up?
You can do some variations on it depending on what you like exactly in your
You
breakfast.
can do. You don't have to tell me that I can make variations.
Instead of bacon, you could use sausage or
I
Swiss
hate
cheese.
who do you think? It's just like, I need to do everything that Phil is doing exactly. It's medium high heat and then a little bit more. I need to be. I hate the over-explaining stuff like that.
And you can go from there. So anyway, here's what you need for ingredients. You need 2 pieces of white bread. You need...
Go back.
For ingredients, you need 2 pieces of...
Orange juice. Big ups.
Oh, that's a mixer.
Yeah. Tongs just hanging over the sink.
Big ups.
For some reason.
The biggest.
Paper
napkin
towels
holder
next to paper towels.
No, napkins next to paper towels.
Yeah.
Because of the napkin holders,
yeah.
sir.
There's napkins and then there's paper towels. You need both of them.
Why does he have a paper cup?
That's where the gin is. And then he why did he use a measuring cup for Milk Whip?
White bread. You need...
Hey, there's the panini press. It's like a...
It's a call forward.
butter or Pam. As you know, I like to use Pam to spray my my pans.
Why did you need to zoom? We can see it perfectly fine when it was back.
Pieces of cheese, to your liking, whatever kind of cheese you like, and 2 eggs. I prefer jumbo white, but you can go ahead and get, whatever.
Boss, what is your egg preference, BG?
I would never say jumbo white first off. I have no preference.
Oh, like a normal person?
My preference is chicken. Chicken egg.
I can kind of understand the white versus the brown. I don't know what the difference is, but if somebody had a difference between add 1 or two of them, it'd be like, I prefer the brown or whatever.
Let's just say the brown is more viscous with the fluid.
And less cholesterol, whatever the case may be. I don't even look at the eggs when I buy. I don't know if we got large eggs, medium,
extra large.
So I don't know.
I just know sometimes when I crack it or I pick it up, I go, it feels a little small. I assume that's a medium.
Racketeer says, you don't need to explain every single thing for the audience, Phil. Except for DA.
I need it sometimes. It's helpful.
Like, what you're going to do is basically this is going to be an interesting kind of a open face sandwich / well, you'll see what I mean. So the first thing you're going to do...
the name kind of gave away what you're going for, Phil.
If that's even a name.
You're going to take these 2 pieces of white bread, and what
the
you're going to do is
zooms
you're
are
gonna
crazy.
tear a hole with your...
Got it! Italian hands in the general direction of the bread.
Hey, I'm bread here.
What the fuck is that?
And what you're gonna do is you're gonna tear a hole.
Oh, Maron! like Mama used to make.
Old country. The pasta zoom fingers is outrageous.
These 2 pieces of white bread, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna tear a hole.
It's not even like he's making a hole with his fingers. It's strictly model fingers.
And actually in the center of each piece of bread. Okay. And of course,
Mamma mia
before I go away,
fingers.
eat it.
Go. What did he say?
And of course, don't let it go to waste. Go ahead and eat it.
Don't
Oh,
let
but
it
you
go.
will throw away a half a pound of meat.
Because the recipe no longer
Oh, but
calls
you'll
for...
throw that right away, sir. But a little piece of bread?
Yeah, I'm not going to put it in the freezer. I can't. I'm never going to go back to
The
it.
goal here is you want to think about the size of an egg yolk. If an egg yolk were to go in there, would it be around that size? That's about what you're looking to aim for size-wise for your hole in your bread.
Phil, why wouldn't you get a cup that you know is the rough measurements of it and use that to punch it out so it's a good hole?
No, it's
Modern like mama, huh? For your mother, for
So
your
now that
father.
that's done, you got your 2 pieces of white bread with your holes in them.
I'm gonna make you a sandwich you can't refuse.
Spray your pan. You spray your pan. Spray your pan with the Pam, and preheat your pan to about medium heat on most stoves.
Oh my God, that's so much for a single sandwich.
You didn't even you only needed the bottom because the only thing is gonna be contained in the.
That monk was doing the sides.
Okay, Phil.
And why not just use butter? You'll get the
For obvious
flavor.
reasons.
Just
For
so you know,
obvious
additional
reasons.
ingredients in this dish, the very basic ingredients are the white bread, or any kind of bread. It does not have to be white bread. by
You've
the way.
already
If you
explained
wheat
this,
bread,
sir.
whole wheat, multigrain,
You've
use
explained
whatever
this,
you
sir.
like.
Variations, yes.
I understand what kind of bread.
Ciabatta, you like good for grilling, by the way. Wink, wink.
This bub really just listed off bread. Cause go back.
Ingredients are the white bread.
No, but Phil, wait a second. Can I use like other breads? Is that possible, or is this just a
I've
specific?
personally never heard of it, but maybe our boy Phil.
Yeah, because that's what I'm wondering. Because I'm like, I've got a whole bunch of like honey wheat bread, and I don't want the
Love
sandwich to
One
like
Piece
blow
Forever
up.
Says, can you react to a One Piece what if this one is good?
We'll think about it at some point, not this time.
Kind of bread. It does not have to be white bread, by the way. If you
Oh,
like
what? It doesn't have to be white bread. Okay.
So maybe only wheat?
Yeah, that might be. It might just be white and only wheat. Like you can't like use multigrain bread.
Yeah.
That's
wheat bread, whole wheat, multigrain. You can use.
Oh, you can use multigrain. Okay, I'm writing this down. What is that? What we're supposed to be doing here?
Use whatever you like. The eggs and the cheese. That's pretty much 3 basic ingredients, but you can add other things
You have
to this dish. You can add a slice of tomato. You could add some pieces of green pepper if you like. You can add bacon, and actually that's what I've done. I've gone ahead and I cooked some bacon ahead of time that I'm going to add to this dish to make it more complete.
But to make it more complete, is it incomplete without whatever?
Eric, I have never seen you here before. We are done with our Mark video.
Yes.
We are now watching Dark Side Phil.
Yes.
You are free to leave.
Have a
Thank
good
you for
one.
coming. Have a nice Saturday.
Hawaiian buns, that's too far. You can't use that.
Yeah.
Phil didn't list one of those things. So, unfortunately, Hawaiian buns
But
are
he did
out.
say whatever you like.
So can I use like a slab of concrete, or does
No,
it have to
it
be
has
at
to be a
least
bread.
and the
Yeah.
bread family?
Yes.
What about like a wrap?
You like a tortilla wrap?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
We'll test it.
So that pan should be heating up. And let me go
What else would it do, Phil?
confirm if it is warm.
Why would you confirm if it's warm if you got it on medium and you just started heating it?
Actually, it's warm already. So we're going to go ahead.
Are you not aware of how your oven and your pans work?
We
and the
knew
heat?
which eye on our old stove was the hot eye.
2 pieces of bread. And we're going to slap them down onto.
Oh, he got the bread. I'm glad he showed me.
We're going to slap them down on.
Adrian Rusco says, Brawley is the missing ingredient that will complete the sandwich.
Them down onto.
Bro, it's midnight.
Now, what we're going to do next.
And he had thin walls. His neighbors were for
Yes.
sure hearing him do this.
This man is not drinking tea. What is with the kettle?
Is we're going to take 2 eggs. We're going to crack the eggs open. And we're actually going to put the eggs into the open bread.
Now, why would you say that when you've already explained that you want to make the hole the size of a yolk? I'm not going with the bit on this one, DA.
No, I understand. The purpose is because he's drunk. But he hasn't explained what the benefits are over a normal like
Sandwich.
fried egg sandwich.
So to kind of show you what I'm doing, let me actually zoom out here. Looks like the zoom on my camera is screwing up because I got a little bit closer. There we
That's
go.
a very specific egg-based YouTube emote. That's probably the first time. Yo, without bagel.
Yeah, just
What if you just use a
Elmar XL
bagel?
says, my nigga just use a bagel.
But he
this time."
didn't say that we could use bagels, but it is in the bread family.
so I would assume.
Go ahead and give him a whack.
Yeah, why wouldn't you do a bagel like upside down? Yeah, that sounds interesting.
And crack them. Try to crack them inside of the holes. The key here is to keep the egg in
Thanks
one
for
piece at a
blocking
time.
the way that you do that.
Near inside the hole, it's all outside.
He did not make the hole big enough.
He did
That is gonna be a wet bread.
And either he didn't make the hole big enough, or he cracked it and opened it too quick, so the yolk didn't get a chance to go in the middle, or the whatever's around the yolk and all of that.
If you can't avoid it, do not break the yolk. If you break the yolk, the dish could be ruined.
This looks ruined already, Phil. Break the yolk.
2 eggs is kind of crazy for a single sandwich.
Whoops. And that could happen. You might drop your egg shell, but that's okay.
I don't think that I have ever
Drop the whole shell. Like, you're gonna get a piece in there.
Yes.
But to just go, whoops, half of my shell is now on my egg.
Okay. Now you're gonna let it sit there and cook a little bit. The ideal thing here is that you're gonna start to see underneath the yolk, it's gonna start to turn white, and that means that the egg whites underneath the yolk are starting to cook. Okay? And it could take a minute or two.
Jay says,
but what
this looks like shit.
It really do.
It really
what
looks
we're gonna
bad.
do here is we're gonna wait until it looks like the underside of this that has gone through the bread is white and cooked.
It's gonna be so yolky.
There's so much wasted Pam.
It's everywhere. Flip it over. Okay, so now the yolk's basically gonna be on the bottom side.
How good is he gonna do this flip?
It is gonna be a
Out of
6.5 out of 10.
4 out of 10.
Strong.
And you want to be careful when you do that, because if you flip it too fast or if you flip it too hard, you might accidentally break your egg yolk, and that's going to just make a runny mess. You're going to have egg yolk yellow all over the bottom of your piece of food here.
That is, in the industry, we call that foreshadowing.
And what we're going to do is we're going to flip them, okay? And then
the yolk is going to fall out.
That mug going to be on the floor.
3 out of 10.
Whether it be bacon, whether it be a slice of tomato, or anything else, we're going to flip this, and then we're going to put that ingredient on top of each piece of bread. And then what we're going to do is, since it's going to be...
So the egg's going to be facing outside?
That's why I was like, reverse a bagel, put it face down, and then flip it.
Add the cheese, which is going to melt nicely on top. So what I'm going to go do is I'm going to go ahead. It looks like now, finally, as you can see here, it is turning white underneath the egg yolk.
Here we go, y'all.
Basically, it's almost ready to flip. So I'm going to go ahead.
I'm seeing a lot of 3s.
A second or two here.
Oh, Mama said, Mama Gusa. Mama mia.
And you can cook this to your liking.
This flip is gonna be horrendous.
Or two here.
This Mark is the night wizard. He casted a spell.
It just hit midnight. Now is my time.
Right at midnight.
And you can cook this to your liking. Again, I'm the kind of person, I like a slightly runny egg yolk. I don't like it super runny where it makes a hideous mess, but I do like it at least like
a lot of 3s in chat.
Chill out with the 3s, y'all.
Don't like that. They like it more healthy, so you can overcook this a little bit if you want, and the egg yolk will be a solid yellow. It's completely up to you. So I'm going to go ahead to do is get the spatula completely underneath. You can tell if it's ready to flip because you'll be able to fit it completely underneath the bread, as you can see. And we're going to flip it. Oops. Go ahead. Don't be afraid to touch your own.
Oh, he's touching. Okay.
This is not a 6.5.
This mug had to put his whole hands in this hot pot. And he doesn't feel it because he's blasted.
We're going to flip it. We're going to do the same with the other one. Get it completely underneath and flip it like that. Okay?
And he got on top of the other bread and it's all broken up.
It's not a 6.5. That is a, and he's got to split them up like this. This was a 3. The first one, outside of him fumbling it with his fingers, was fine. But the second one was blasted.
So now what am I going to do? I'm going to add my additional ingredients, which is going to be a piece of bacon per thing here.
What? You saw it. You know what's up. Go back.
Per
You can't hide that from me, Phil.
This is almost, I guess you could call it like an open face bacon, egg, and cheese. even though really technically it's not a sandwich, because you did make the hole in the middle of it. It is a little bit different.
How does the bread not have being full precluded from being an actual sandwich?
I'm thinking that these are the completed sandwiches. He's not gonna put them on top of each other, so it's not gonna be a sandwich. This is it.
That's
so that's gonna go ahead and cook and melt. And like I said, depending on how you like your eggs, you might cook it a little bit longer, you might cook it a little bit shorter, but ideally you want the cheese to start to melt on top, and that's how you can tell, you know, that it is
Jay says,
almost done.
The egg's gonna be burnt.
You don't want to.
Oh, for sure.
Look at that pool of Pam just sitting there.
Yeah, he oversprayed the Pam. It's running down his spatula.
What are you doing?
At this point, I might even slightly intensify the heat.
No, you're gonna overcook it, Phil!
Data, intensify the heat. Slightly.
Intensify the heat by a factor of 0.01.
Just to try to get the cheese to melt a little bit better. On this one, it's actually melting nicely. On this one, it looks like the bacon, unfortunately, was curved up a little bit, so the cheese is having a little bit of a hard time melting.
Phil, get a top for it so the heat sticks into the pan and it melts the cheese on top.
Why didn't he do cheese then bacon? If the bacon would hinder the cheese from properly melting.
But another excellent thing that I have had this with is like a slice or two of tomato on each one. It's
You've
great.
already mentioned the tomato
on each one, so it's not a sandwich.
Okay.
It's just like having like a delicious bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich with a piece of tomato on it, which is
yes, Phil. Jesus Christ! Oh God! God!
Use bacon, egg, and cheese for this, and I've had it with a tomato, which is like having a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich with tomato.
Oh my! I can't. And I understand he is 8 drinks to the wind. But that's the most explaining that he's probably ever done. If you put a tomato on a bacon, egg, and cheese, it's like a bacon, egg, and cheese with a tomato on it.
Another excellent thing that I have had this with is like a slice or two of tomato on each one. It's great because it's just like having like a delicious bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich with a piece of tomato on it, which is always a good addition to something like that.
Oh, but the thing that you say is good, you're not doing it this time. I guess he just didn't have tomatoes.
Yeah, he'll go shopping, but once every 8 years.
That's crazy, man.
You don't have to put any additional ingredients either.
Phil!
I always used to eat this with nothing else. It was just a piece of cheese on top. So it would melt really quickly. It would be done fairly quickly. As you see, this cheese is now melting. This cheese is now starting to melt. So we're almost ready here.
Stop!
No, please.
Where's the tomato?
There's no complex.
Drop the tomato!
The only thing is the capsules you need to prepare. If you want to add some more ingredients, you have to prepare them ahead of time, like the bacon or the...
No, Phil. Well, the bacon, yeah. But the tomato could have been getting cut as the cheese was melting.
The tomato, you have to have that ready ahead of time. Alright, so my cheese is melting. It's just about ready to go.
This man refused to edit.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm gonna get my plate.
What happened to this Phil? Now he's Paper Plates McGee.
You ready here?
Big snort, big up.
Again, like I said, I do like the yolk a little bit runny, so I'm gonna take it off a little early. But if you like to...
Early based on what?
Yeah, you didn't say a specific time frame.
Have a more cooked yolk, you don't have to take it off as early as me. But here we go.
He just got a pool of Pam in that one.
Yeah.
Okay. And what you have, even though I don't know what the real name of it is, because like I said, my family never really knew. I don't remember the name.
This does not
two
look
pieces
good.
of what we like to call egg with the hole in the middle. And you can eat this several different ways. You can eat it like a piece of toast, you know, just
I was gonna talk about something else, but don't tell me how I can eat something. I understand the ways that I can eat it.
Yeah,
Number
but
two.
you can wrap it and eat it like a little taco
Number
thing,
two.
or you could.
Number two.
I
He
had
had
more ways.
he cooked 4 pieces of bacon and put 2 pieces of bacon on the sandwich.
Mhm.
He has 2 pieces of bacon
Yeah,
left
but
over.
that's another thing you can do is eat bacon on the side or on the sandwich, which you can also curve like a taco. Or
Don't! There's no point to the hole. I don't understand.
Grab it like this, pick it up and eat it, or you can have a fork and a knife and cut it into pieces and eat it, and that's
In Queen Elizabeth?
usually how I eat it. I do a fork and a knife.
Like Phil. Sorry.
I do not believe you, Phil.
It's just
well,
delectable, scrumptious.
The dabbing. Maybe he does eat it with a.
Exploded man says, "No, Phil, you can only eat it with your mouth."
This muff is going to sit down the plate, and then he's going to go face first in that mug.
Now, other thing is the bread. Depending on how long you cooked it, right now it's just very, very slightly toasted. Some people like it complete.
Could you go back?
There's no
Now,
way
how long
he
you
did
cooked
that.
it, right now it's just very, very slightly toasted. Some
Yep.
people like it
Corner
completely
deedle.
toasted, and if that's the case, after you make the hole in your bread, you should probably toast your bread first in a toaster, and then toss it onto the grill. So there's several different variations that you can use to make this. Some other people that I know, they actually go all out, and instead of just using regular bread, they actually make a piece of French toast first. Then they make this, so it's like a French toast egg in the hole in the middle, so it's like doubling up on the meal.
So
It's a
we-
French
Doubling up on the meal? How is it when it's still just bread?
When you use French toast, it becomes a French toast egg with a hole
Suck
in the
my
middle.
dick.
And
That's
if you
my
use a
request to you.
tomato on that, it'll be a French, kind of like a French toast.
Bacon, egg, and cheese.
with the tomato. Ooh, the cheese is barely melted. Boy, I would slap fire from this mug.
I would pay good money to have him flip this over right now.
Just to see what the bottom would look
Just
like.
to see.
Then
the
they
bottom.
make this, so it's like a French toast egg in the hole in the middle, so it's like doubling up on the meal. It's a French toast plus something else. So there are definitely different variations on this dish, but this is the very basic way to do it. And as you saw, within 10 minutes, we had it done. So pretty quick way to get a nice, tasty breakfast.
You prep the bacon.
And healthy, depending on, if you want additional ingredients like bacon or not, or tomato, you can do very healthy variations on it. So also keep in mind you can season. I didn't
Healthy.
season.
That plate is raw.
Oh, he didn't!
He did.
Oh my God!
He put onion powder into
Not a fleck of pepper on that mug!
I was so lost in his philisms that I did not recognize he did not season this.
Oh my!
Bacon or not, or tomato,
Not
you can
a
do very healthy
fleck!
variations on it. So also keep in mind you can season. I didn't season it all, but when this is cooking, you can put salt, pepper, and things like that on it. I actually prefer this dish plain, which is why I didn't season. But you can add seasoning to your like.
Who could possibly like this plain? I guess he wants to taste the bacon.
King as well. So that's DSP. That's it for this episode of Cooking with the King. Let's go.
Disgusting.
Unmelted cheese.
With a
Burnt
sloppy egg at the
I
bottom.
don't understand the purpose of the hole.
And I'm
I
sure there's
truly
restaurants that
don't.
do it that make it look good. Phil did not make it look good.
We should do that.
What?
Make that.
Yeah.
Maybe make it a member stream. Just to see how it is.
Yeah. All right. We should do some more members. Even if it's not a members live stream, a members recording. Oh, yeah. We got phones. We can live stream this. We might do that for y'all. We might recreate.
Yeah, we could do each one of these.
We might recreate the DSP just to see how it is.
Are there?
9.
And we do it exactly the way he does it.
Yes.
I don't like beans.
We can take the beans out.
Basic omelet. Basic omelet.
What are the custom?
Basic.
What are the 20-minute custom burgers?
Episode 3 of this. What are we gonna do with our buns? Well,
Pause.
The Jack Daniels.
No, that's Jack Daniels barbecue sauce.
Okay.
Oh, I was about to go
one
crazy.
of them's gonna be a Texas style. So we're gonna go ahead and put some more barbecue sauce on the bun. Oh shit.
Oh.
He's the greatest man that has ever lived, y'all.
If we were but worthy enough to touch the hem of his robe.
Oh my god, dude.
Oh man.
Bro, I can't. Oh,
Just the big. Just the biggest. The big glob. Oh, just the big. Oh. Oh my goodness.
Style. So we're gonna go ahead and put some more barbecue sauce on the bun.
This is so good. Cause he's so cautious. He tips it a little bit, shakes it. Then he goes, I gotta give it a squeeze. Oh my goodness. That's so perfect. There's so much. There's so much that comes out.
oh my god.
Oh man, there's so much. It's ruined.
It's ruined. Oh.
Style. So we're gonna go ahead and put some more barbecue sauce on the bun. Oh shit. Well, that was way too much. The thing erupted on me. There must have been an air pocket in it. That's not cool. But we could salvage it. Look at that. Just put a little bit on top.
Much.
There's gonna be way too much on the bottom, and I'm gonna have to avoid that blotch right there, 'cause I obviously didn't want that to happen. But
Oh my god.
now for the other one.
There's so much. It's on a plate.
Oh my god.
Could you go back to the first frame? I know. I just want to see what time it is.
What's up, everyone?
7:30 in the morning. Or is that one?
Or night. Or is that 1:30?
Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
DSP
Hey, he
and
clearly cooked
welcome
it.
to
Okay,
be almost
so.
ready. You can actually see the
7.
smell.
7.
All right.
Where you put them on the griddles, they actually start.
Oh,
You got the barbecue on the top.
the
and bottom.
barbecue is sitting in between them. There's so much, and then he gets some outside of it.
It's so good. Oh man.
Melted. There's one American burger and one hard. But I want to make. First thing you want to do if you're gonna put ketchup on it, you gotta put the ketchup on it first before you start. Oh my god.
I can't. Why would he double fist squeeze it? Oh god. Oh my goodness.
What is wrong with him?
Oh man.
Dude.
You're gonna put ketchup on it. You gotta put the ketchup on it first before you start. Oh my
It
god.
wasn't even. He wasn't even aiming for the burger.
You're gonna put ketchup on it. You gotta put the ketchup on it first before you start. Oh my god. Now the ketchup wants to launch all over the counter. Try to do this a little bit neater than I did. Obviously, this is a mess.
He drowned it, and it's on the edge of the burger, and it's dripping off the burger. Look at the placement on the ketchup on the burger.
Uneven. And he got a double barbecue burger, and he got half the ketchup burger.
Ingredients. Spread a little over the.
Okay, he's spreading.
Love One Piece Forever says,
the burger tonight.
like that old man from SpongeBob with a ketchup.
Legit.
I went ahead and ate tomato, so I put tomato for this.
No, where tomato? Where tomato?
Different tasting burgers. I'm gonna clean up this horrendous mess.
He did a double deedly.
Had to.
Squirting of everything, but in 20 minutes, pretty much it could have been a lot shorter than 20 minutes if I wasn't showing you the ingredients. But we made 2 completely different burgers. One American style, one barbecue style, and it is a pretty fatty, high cholesterol meal. But for someone like me, like I said, who hasn't eaten really much all day and I'm starving, this is a good way to make sure that I'm not up at midnight, with an aching stomach. So that's it for this episode of Cooking with the Kid.
Oh,
okay, this is 7 at night.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna clean up this mess. I'm gonna scarf some burgers down. What's up?
Oh my god.
Oh, oh, go back, because it's so perfect. He's so careful in the beginning. And then he goes,
what's up, everyone?
Squeeze, a little squeezy poo.
He's so good, dude.
Slow it down.
It's gonna be
It is art.
a Texas style.
Alright, here we go. Oh, man.
So we're gonna go again.
See, he shakes it a little bit.
Yeah, you can see the squeeze because you can see his hands compress and reform. Look at his left hand.
So we're gonna go
Yep.
again and put some more
He's trying.
He's squeezing.
He's trying.
barbecue sauce on the bun. On the bun. Oh, shit.
Oh my goodness. Enjoy the rest of y'all Saturday.
Man.
Enjoy it.
Man, I wish I could just be half as worthy as Phil is. He's so I've lived my entire life being a quarter as entertaining as Phil. And that hurts.
And Phil is entertaining without doing anything. He made pouring barbecue sauce on a bun entertaining. One of the hardest laughs I've had.
It's crazy. Why can't I do that? What? It's just not fair.
Alright, enjoy the rest of y'all Saturday. We're out. Next week is the pop tier list. All the brothers.
If you're inclined.
Yep. Gonna put it all out in the comment area. Maybe I'll do webcam for it too. Who knows?
I think we should.
Yeah, we'll do some webcam for it too.
If they want to be on cam.
I don't see why they're not. They all did the April Fools. Alright, let's get the out of here.
Curtain down.
Curtain down. Fill up. Fill always up.
Always come back to Phil. Don't come to Mark anymore.